bro.
You know, coffee really be like if makes you go to the washroom.
Like doo-doo?
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, bro, that's crazy.
I very much agree.
So are you a coffee person?
Okay, we ready?
Yeah.
All right, y'all. It's just the three of us.
Just the three of us, the Stooges, the Amigos. Good things come in threes. Three's company.
Isn't it two's company, three's a crowd? That's usually
it's
what it
two's
is.
company.
Three's company is a show,
But
though,
they
I
say
think.
three is company too. That's the whole point of their
Yeah, they do say that. Yeah.
their opening credits. Come and knock on our door. Come and knock on.
Okay.
What is this white people show? You know too much.
You don't know three's company too. Do with John. What's his name? John Ritter. It was John Ritter.
This is some peak white people stuff that you're
Yeah,
indulging
right?
in.
I stopped thinking.
This is white people show.
Yeah.
My grandma loved Three's Company, so that's why she used to watch it. Guys, you don't understand, because my grandma was like my babysitter. So
Okay.
like all the shows that she watched, like Archie Bunker, Three's Company.
Wasn't he kind of racist?
Yes, he was.
Oh,
So I don't know why I said that. It's like Archie Bunker, Three's Company, Jerry Springer, Maury Povich, Judge Judy,
Fire. Judge Judy fire.
Bill Cosby Show, or what else
Wilkins,
is there?
what's his name?
The Jeffersons.
Yeah. Oh.
The Jefferson. You watch the Jefferson?
Yeah, everything my grandma
Word,
used to
okay.
watch.
You have an old soul.
Yeah.
Yeah, because
you
this is
do.
stuff that she would watch, right? She had like a schedule. Like we would
Yeah.
eat breakfast and then, we'd read and then we would watch Jerry Springer.
Did you watch Different Strokes?
No, that one we didn't watch really. Yeah. And then my cousins would come home from school and they were older and then they would watch BET.
Yeah, 106
So then
in
106
Park.
in Park would be, so it was like a shift.
They corrupted you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you want to know something? And I know I've said this countless times. Because when Vibes Cartel had his New York show, he brought out Busta Rhymes.
Yep. Yeah.
And I was just like reminiscing, oh my God, Mom, do you remember like how I used to be so scared of Busta? I was like, you know what? Let me go rewatch some of his videos. And I rewatched Put Your Hands Where My Eyes Can See.
It's scary.
Yeah.
And I rewatched the video with him and Jen. Oh, what's that? It's a sexy song. But the video
I
is
can
so,
see the video
him
too.
and Janet Jackson. Is it What's It Gonna Be? The song? I don't know. But it's a sexy song. Him and Janet
What's
Jackson.
It Gonna Be is the song.
Yes.
Yeah, it's metallic and everything.
Yes.
Like,
And
very
I'm watching
iconic
it as
video.
an adult, and I'm like, this is not traumatizing. I completely understand why I was deadly afraid of Busta Rhymes.
Yeah.
Like I watched, I'm like, Mom, this is insane. Like my cousin used to make fun of me, like, no, this is actually traumatizing for a child to watch. The camera angles, and he turns to different, like he
The
turns to
fisheye
different
lenses
things, and the
and stuff.
fisheye lens, and
Yeah,
he's
absolutely.
he was the scariest man. The scariest man.
Was it something about the videos that made him specifically scary?
And yeah,
or just the videos in general?
It was
scary?
like the way it was shot, and the thing is, like, now it's obviously me being older and like not a toddler scared of Busta Rhymes. He's very artistic, but in a very bold, like challenging way. You know what I mean? So like
Bust
it
a
was
bus.
like the fisheye lens, and like his dreads were always like sticking out, and he would have like crazy makeup on or like a painted face. And he would have like crazy costumes, and he'd be like walking funny. It's like, oh, who is this monster?
Oh yeah.
Who is this monster?
He's a legend though.
He is a massive legend. And those are great songs. So I'm mad that I was traumatized. So I didn't realize how great these songs were.
You know, something I heard about Busta Rhymes recently that I think is really funny and checks out with all this stuff is that he's apparently a notoriously like aggressive handshaker.
Oh,
Like if
is
you
he?
go and dap him, he like breaks your hand apparently. And that just checks out with everything. I feel
I
like.
mean, he's a big guy.
Yeah.
So like I kind of understand why. I feel like big men just shake hands really strong.
Donald Trump be OD with that.
Oh, he's a strong handshaker too?
You ever see? There's like a compilation. He pulls you. That's what.
Oh.
that's what he
It's a
does,
show
yeah.
of power for him. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like he wants to be the one that tugs. You know,
Ooh,
pause.
There's a lot of people though that's
Wow.
Starting strong.
can't be tugging in the first 5 minutes.
Damn, tugging in the first five.
Big tuggers.
Okay. Anyways,
name.
everyone, welcome to episode 15. What are we on? Oh, what is that?
We're on
that Mello?
we're on our Carmelo Anthony.
Mello,
We're on
okay.
our Jokic.
Okay.
We're on
You should say Jokic first.
But for nostalgia purposes, you gotta
Alright.
throw on
He took
Denver.
a L last night, so I'm gonna start with Melo, and then I'm gonna go to Vince Carter, and then I'm gonna get to Jokic, and
Boom.
shout out to Pat Mahomes.
Okay.
You want to know something though? Pat Mahomes cut that little mohawk thingy off.
Ooh.
I like this. Let's start there.
You're seeing the
Why?
vision now?
Why?
Why what?
Why?
Why what?
Why is the tides
Ask
changing?
the question straight up.
So because he looks more black now, you find him more attractive. He cut that white shit out, and he's looking a little bit more
He
appealing
cut that little
now.
white shit off. Oh my God.
Sorry.
Oh my gosh, sorry.
The first 6 minutes.
Yeah, I don't know. I personally still don't find him attractive, but he was kind of going viral because it was like, oh my God, he got new hair. And I was like, okay, now I don't see it, but I see why y'all see the shift now.
You see the blueprint?
A little bit. He does look a little bit more black.
Yeah. And he looks more attractive to you.
No, not to me. I just see what y'all see. You know what I'm saying?
I get that sentiment. I get that sentiment.
Yeah, you know when you don't really find someone attractive yourself, but you see, okay, I can see why you think that, but it's not really my speed. But
that's like when I look at men that people think are attractive.
Yes,
like, I'm not attracted to y'all.
Yes.
But,
I think it's the same.
Good and brave example.
Yeah, good. Yes.
I feel like it's
I'm not attracted to them, but I can tell why
I can see why he gets girls.
You can see the vision.
Yeah.
I feel like it's yes, that's extreme.
Why is it? It's the same
Is it?
concept.
Because I'm talking about like as a straight woman looking at a man.
Yeah.
So are there not any women you say, like, oh yeah, I don't really mess with her like that, but I can see why like y'all like her.
Sure.
That's not my river and valley, but if you want to go canoeing, I get it. Like,
Yeah, exactly.
Wow.
That was the
That's
whitest thing
That's
I've
a
ever
new
heard you
one.
say.
I'm adding that though. That's
You
very
adding
white,
that?
but I'm adding that.
Yeah.
off the top.
I like that.
That's
I hear that.
A white idiom. I love
Yeah.
a white idiom.
So, but yeah. So, anyways, yeah. Episode 15. Oh, I'm your main host Zoe,
I'm Clyde.
Mucho.
and Tresor is not here. Empty chair because Tresor decided he was gonna go to Jamaica a week before us, literally. And as someone who was so like, Tresor was the only one, not the only one, but like the one who was like kind of dragging his feet, like, I don't know, something might pop up with, work and, deals and da. And this guy just got up and left a week ahead of all of us.
He was super fence sitting.
Yeah, he was on the fence for a minute. And all of a sudden he was like, all right, y'all, I'm out a whole week ahead.
You're just sort of like competitive like that.
We're competitive?
That's something that you would do though too. Like, it's an orange dress at a white party type thing, like separate myself. Like, no, I'm gonna go by myself and see what's going on.
Well, he's there with his cousins.
Yeah.
So I mean,
he's in the studio and stuff. Like,
he's there with Tony and Singh.
Yeah.
I'm like, what's he doing?
Big up.
Yeah.
Tony and Singh.
Who is she?
Popcorn's wife or baby mother or girlfriend. I don't know. What is it?
Whoa.
Are they married?
Minimizing Tony and Singh to Popcorn's wife / baby mother, which she's neither.
Oh, she's not?
No.
Girlfriend?
I don't know if they're still together anymore,
Oh,
but
my
they
fault.
were at one point.
Oh, my bad.
But
I
I
don't know
believe
the relationship. And Miss Jamaica 20 years ago or something.
I told you that. And it was not 20 years ago. Let me get this right. I'm almost positive she was. Yes, she is a pageant model.
Okay.
And she is a Jamaican beauty pageant title holder who won Miss World
Miss World.
2019. And is the 4th woman from Jamaica to win Miss World.
Damn.
So she's bigger than that. So don't call her no Popcorn's baby mom.
I'm sorry.
Right,
Yeah, I hope y'all still let me in the country.
Yeah. I should tell Jamaican customs right now. You know who this guy thought Tony and Singh was and see if they let you in. That's crazy.
But like a lot of people do know about her through Popcorn, no? Or the song maybe.
I think outside of like the niche
About
Jamaican,
the niche
maybe like
Jamaican, okay.
West Indian culture, people might not know her
Cool.
and like her accolades. But still, I feel like to denote her as Popcorn's
I didn't
baby
mean
mom.
I didn't mean to minimize you. That's like, when people, they call like Jay-Z, Beyonce's husband, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's annoying. My fault, dog.
2025?
Like he's not the GOAT or something.
Yeah. I should have led with Miss World 2019.
Yeah, there we go.
Okay.
Hope's not the GOAT.
Anyways, yeah. So how was y'all weeks? What was new? What happened?
Oh, we were outside this weekend.
Yeah, we were outdoors.
You were outside?
Yeah, I was outside.
Not really the weekend, but what was it, Thursday?
Thursday, yeah. That's
We
what
went-
everybody was off Friday, so you could count that.
Yeah. And I went and saw family the rest of the weekend though, so it doesn't feel like.
Hold on, yeah, y'all were outside.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, so how was that? You guys went to Don Toliver's show.
I gotta say, man, Mucho's something else. It is impossible to like have a bad time with Mucho out, man. He accommodate, make sure we'll figure stuff out and just is always doesn't allow the time to be a bad time. So I appreciate Mucho.
That's a great way
Thanks,
to live.
man. Appreciate that. But salute to you for plugging the
thank
media
you.
passes too. You let one of my friends come that was a big Don Toliver fan as well.
Oh, she was a fan. Okay, good. I thought it was like a date. I'm like, Mucho's gonna bring this girl and try to,
And then pulls me with it. Like I'm third wheeling Mucho on a date.
Hey, I got VIP passes to Don Toliver if you're trying to go. But I'm glad that she's a fan and she went. That's good.
Nah, that's just the homegirl. But yeah, we were there. Everything got laced. Like as soon as we walked in, they gave us two options, right? They're like, you could either go in the crowd to, that little side booth at Rebel.
Like the side stage.
Oh, yeah. It's like not really a booth. You're kind of in the crowd. Or you could go upstairs. And I know you're Mrs. Mezzanine. So
Are you?
That's a good
That's fine. That's an episode title. All right.
Mrs. Mezzanine.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
write that one down. Write that one down, Trey.
yeah, so I'm like, what would Zoe do, right? So
The question is,
So we went upstairs and it was cool. It was like a little empty up there, but I was with my people. I didn't really care, whatever.
we get up there. Actually, go ahead.
Yeah, no, we go up there and we see Havaya Mighty.
Nice.
Yeah, shout out to Havaya and Omega
we were
Mighty.
partying with her. I seen a drink in her hand. I seen a drink in somebody else's hand. And then after like 20, 30 minutes, I see 3 bottles behind me.
Yo.
And nobody's sipping these bottles. You could let me know what you like.
Yeah, no, like, and I could see like the party promoter and Mucho was just like, now the concert's done. Like, bottles got
the
brought
concert's
in.
done at this point.
The concert's going on, Bandits playing and everything.
Yeah,
Everyone's
okay.
turning up, and there's bottles behind us that just got put down. And Mucho just can't. He's short circuiting, bottles. Like, like, are they our bottles? Whose bottles are they? Who do they belong to? Like he was just very. And then sooner or later, Mucho comes back and he's like, those are our bottles. Like,
Well, honestly, I was watching the snaps like, oh, they set y'all up nice.
yeah, they did still.
So
And
I'm forgetting his name. I think his name's Jay. I'm sorry.
Jaden.
Jaden.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
Jaden, what did he provide? He gave me some pre-rolls too.
Yeah, I think they had a sponsor.
Yeah.
Like a weed sponsor.
Yeah,
Am I allowed to
yeah.
say that? Or whatever. Yeah, they had like a weed sponsor. And I
Something
think,
exotic.
And I think you were like the whole thing. I think it was like wasn't it called like the 420 tour or something like that? Wasn't like a 420
It was a 420
involved in
event, yeah.
Yeah, so like, and that's why they gave you like the Uber because
Yeah.
they don't want anyone to drive
Yeah.
under the influence, which was a great, whoever marketing and media with that was a great play. Listen, if you are someone who does marketing and media for like concerts and stuff, give us Uber passes. If you want us to come there and have a great time and take content and talk about it and get drunk or smoke or whatever, yes, please get me there safely.
It was a big part of the reason that it was a good night.
That is lit
was
as
just
hell.
that. Like,
I'm glad. I
yeah.
almost forgot to send you guys those, by the way.
Yeah.
The Uber pass?
I saw them and I was like, oh shit. I was like, let me send these before they get
Nah,
there.
again, once again, thank you for lacing us with the passes because it came through you. But yeah, you didn't give us no direction until
To like the last second, I won't lie, yeah. Because I was like,
I didn't know if I was in GA. I didn't know nothing.
Yeah.
I didn't know either. I just knew
but
that you
if
guys.
you were going, you would have followed. Like you would have followed up.
Oh
right away,
yeah. I just knew that you guys were invited. I knew there was VIP access, and I knew that there was Uber tickets. But I literally forgot to give it back.
There's bottles and food too. It was
I
great.
didn't know that, but that's great.
Yeah, so
I'm
yeah,
glad.
it was a cool surprise. But you know what I mean? I see bottles behind me. I'm not trying to
The party
be the
promoter and
person
you
to
kicked
just
in.
grab it without asking around. So I found Jay, and then he was like, "Yeah, food and bottles on us." And yeah, but Clyde was much more attentive to the show. At that point, I'm just politicking in the back.
Yeah. It was good. He got us like drinks and everything.
Yeah.
I think Don Toliver is somebody, you know when you know like 4 or 5 songs from somebody, but you're going to go see them? And then like, I feel like that's the best opportunity to become a new fan of somebody.
Yeah.
Because it's like, you're really seeing them in their essence. Lots of fireworks and air cannons and stuff, but he sounded good. The mic was
good.
on and he sounded good.
Yeah. Honestly, I won't lie. I don't know too many Don Talk. I know a few, but I'm glad you guys had a good time.
But you know what's insane though? Suppose like he did Rebel that day, and I guess it's like a one-off 420 thing he's doing, or I don't know
went
if
to
he's on
Coachella
tour.
after.
Oh, he was on Coachella, so it was like a one-off thing he did, right? Because my friend told me that I don't know if he sold it out, but he did Scotiabank in October.
Yeah, apparently he did.
On his own?
Yeah,
Yeah. I remember when that tour happened. Let me double
Without
check
an
it.
opener, without like a co
he was the
He was the
closer.
headliner, yeah.
He was the headliner.
Really?
Yeah,
Okay.
so, I guess I'm just like out of touch with who could do it now.
No fact. I had no clue. He did. He sold it out?
Yeah.
Well, sold it out?
Oh my God, here we go again. They really didn't like that shit.
I don't care.
I know, it was good.
I don't
That's how she felt.
Yeah.
Yeah. So what were you doing the rest of the weekend after that?
I went and I stayed with family Easter, So I was with my family, and I talked about this on the episode we lost, but like my nephew, I don't know. I feel like as a man, you know, you have a kid or a nephew, a new boy in your family. You kind of have this thing of like, I want him to like ball. I want to like, you know, him to like the same music as me. And we can talk about this when he's older and stuff. You know, you hope for that. And it's okay if it doesn't, you know, if it's not.
Too many of these little dudes are playing soccer, man. They gotta stop playing soccer. What are we doing?
Teach your kids some real football. Some real football.
Yeah. Or football now. You might get CT. Hoop.
Exactly.
Don't you have 20
with soccer? I won't lie. I'm not a soccer. I really pray. I pray to God that one, my kids are healthy, and two, if I have boys and they want to play sports and they're able to play sports, I pray that my kids fall in love with basketball.
Absolutely.
What's wrong with soccer?
Nah, play a real nigga sport.
It's not even that.
Not playing no pussy ass soccer.
It's not even that. I will like anything that my child is great at or passionate about, I will support. But it's like, I really just hope it's basketball. Yeah. Just because.
What if it's curling, Zoe?
Oh, God.
You're going to take him to the curling rink at 6 a.m. for curling practice?
I guess so.
And be supportive?
I guess so.
But I can't lie. If you grow up to be 5'9" like me, maybe choose soccer instead. Maybe choose soccer.
Oh my God.
The thing is, like, I've never been a soccer person. Like, even the sport in general, I don't like soccer. I don't really like watching it. I've never cared to play it. Like, this is not something I connect to. So, for me to be a soccer mom, I'd be like, oh my God, I'm a soccer mom.
Little foot, yeah.
You know what I mean? At those games checking your watch.
Yeah, like I'm outside with all these moms and there's a cooler.
It's your week to bring the orange slices.
Yeah, and there's like those fold out chairs. I'm a fucking soccer mom.
That combo with the awkward moms.
But if I'm a ball mom,
that's hard.
Like I'm like Savannah James.
Yeah.
Like,
would
you know
you
what I'm
rather
saying?
be a football mom or a basketball mom?
Oh, being a
for the safety of my child, I'd rather be a basketball mom.
Let's take the safety out of it. Just like the scenery.
Oh, either or.
Either or?
Either or. I would love to be. If my child was like the quarterback and like never got hurt, I would love to be a football
He's
mom.
going to get her. He's a quarterback.
Yeah.
You don't have to. But I mean, like, do quarterbacks get CTE? Not really.
Yeah, they do.
Yeah, they do.
Really?
They're all equal to get it.
Well, especially the more athletic you play, you know what I mean? There's some that are more like pocket passers.
I feel like CTE is more for like defensive line, tight ends.
If you play
who are getting
football,
hit a lot.
if you play every possession on offense or defense, like you're one of the main people, like you're gonna get like there's only a few positions that are really like that, and even those positions like quarterback, wide receiver, things like that.
Wide receiver, you might even get CTE because you're getting hit.
Because the worst thing about like being a wide receiver is when what they call, I think, an ambulance pass.
Yeah. When you lead somebody through the middle.
They call it that is insane.
Yeah, for a reason.
Yeah.
I remember the first time I caught my first ambulance pass.
Oh man!
And I became a full-time basketball player.
Yeah, there you go. The only way that you can stay safe is if you're like a kicker.
A kicker.
Would you rather your kid be a star running back or like a content creator?
Content creator.
Star running back is scary. I don't want my kid to get hurt.
That's about 50 times he's going to get hit by a car a game.
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
geez,
That's what that is too. The force of a defensive lineman running at you or getting blindsided or something like that. You're running into
So it's rather, do I want to have
something?
a Saquon Barkley or do I want to have a Drewski? I'll take
funny.
a Drewski.
Drewski's the high ceiling on that. Yeah, you're kind of
On
assuming.
both,
Yeah.
I'll take a Drewski.
If they're running back, their egg is scrambled. You know what I mean? After a certain point, your egg is scrambled.
That is gone.
But like I'm saying, you know what I'm talking about. Then like you kind of hope for basketball.
Yeah.
And my nephew, man, like I think his first love was more so like video games. He was in the gaming and everything like that. But man, once 2K hit and he figured out 2K, it's happening.
Oh,
It's happening. He's asking me about Larry Bird.
Oh,
He's doing this.
How old is he?
He's 9.
okay.
You know, he's doing the Dame time celebrations when he hits a shot on the court and stuff like that.
Sheesh.
He's asking me. He calls him Chef Curry. He knows the nicknames and everything like that. We're playing 2K. He beat me on the first game and everything. I'm like, this is happening. It's happening. We're cool. We made it. You know,
We're cool. It's crazy.
It happened. You know, like I'm happy for it.
You have a cool nephew.
Just don't let him play FIFA because it's better than 2K.
Yeah.
So it might turn him into
FIFA is better than 2K?
Yeah.
But I was really like, I don't know, it was good to spend time with my family, obviously, but just I was having fun playing 2K with my nephew. That was something I've been waiting for a minute, and it's finally here. So
That's amazing, bro. Now you guys can like bond over shit. You know what I mean? Because sometimes like, you know, it's cool talking to your cousins and stuff, but even for them, sometimes it's like pulling teeth. You know what I mean? Because you're trying to relate. to these little dudes. So when you find a hobby like that, it makes the combos like way better. Instead of just going up, and I do not ever want to be this uncle who just goes up to kids and
not
be like,
uncle, not even uncle, or not even father, uncle.
oh no, my father. Like if I'm a father, then I'll be able to bond with anything. But like someone you haven't seen in a while, like that you're just like your nephew or your niece or whatever, like your little cousin, like. I don't want to be that uncle who's just like, all right, so how's life been?
Yeah. You want to have something to connect with.
How's school?
I hate that fucking question. It sucks, man.
Yeah.
It sucks.
Even with my niece, just like, they're getting older. They have opinions about things now and everything. And like, I can connect with them. They message me things. Like, it's. I'm really happy to have the relationship I got with them.
Are you trying your hardest not to be like the whack uncle? Like you're trying to be like the cool uncle?
I am the cool uncle.
Yeah.
Period.
Yeah,
Not even
like
trying.
that's what it is. Yeah, and I love it. It's like kids but no responsibility. It's great.
Man, Easter Sunday, I seen a family friend who like I've never met before, but he was like 16, and he asked me how old I was. I was like 30. He was so surprised, yo. He's like, "What? How are you just like a normal person, man? You're like outgoing and you talk about like NBA and Dr. Umar, yo, like." Because I don't know, I was bullshitting all day. And it's like, their image of 30 is hilarious.
Yeah. I feel like it's always like that though, no matter what. It's always like that. Like, have you ever heard when people are like, oh, how old, like what year sounds old to be born in? And they were like, oh my God, if you're born after like 2000, I was like, yo.
Oh, yeah.
Or born before. If you're gonna start with the 2, I'm like, okay.
I've been seeing tweets like, you remember 9/11? And I'm like, holy shit.
Holy
Like,
shit.
it's like,
It's
if you can say
insane.
that as a diss,
And
that's
those
wild.
videos that you're talking about, Zoe, I swear it was like college kids too.
Yes,
Yeah,
they were
it
in
was-
college. They're like, okay, so what year? And they're like, oh my God, like 2001.
Yeah.
And I'm like, what?
Yeah, that's old.
What?
That's old apparently.
Think about it. If you're born in 2000, you're 25.
Do you remember how?
Yeah,
do
shit.
you remember how you felt about?
And those kids are like 19. So if you're born in 2002, to them, you're old.
OG, yeah.
Yeah.
I was an uncle to some people when I was 25. So.
Yeah.
I remember though being 21, 22, and then like meeting a coworker that's like 27, 28, and you're like, oh, you're in
Yeah,
20
you've
years.
seen some things.
Yeah, but it's not really like that. Yeah.
Yeah, you've seen some things. Yeah. But I mean, yeah.
All right. And then, that Friday I didn't do much, but Saturday I was, Friday I went to my homegirl's birthday party. Shout out to
Wait,
her.
before we get there. So Thursday, I couldn't come to the show because one, I'm working in hell. I shouldn't say hell. I'm working strong. I wouldn't call it hell because I'm grateful that I have a job and I'm grateful I have a career. But I've just been working like
The week before a week off, you gotta kill yourself at
Yeah,
work.
so
Like,
because I've been like trying to
Me
like
too.
get everything in order before we all go to Jamaica, I've been like working crazy. Can't even call it overtime, but like whatever. And then Thursday night, after I finished like work late, I did a shoot for Uncle Delroy.
that was the.
that's when you did that?
Yeah. At nighttime though, like literally we were shooting till like super late.
You
but
and your lollipops.
so Uncle Delroy did a promo. This is their first party, and I didn't get paid for this, by the way. But it's Uncle Delroy, they're my family, so I'm going to talk about it. People are like, "Oh my God, did you promo?" Anyways,
People be thinking you're doing ads.
no, but
For
I'm
a
just
lot of
talking about
things.
cool shit that
When
I
you-
like.
I know. When you talk about things you like, though, people really be thinking you're doing ads.
Whatever. Anyways, I was in a shoot for Uncle Delroy, which was really cool. Like I've done like small promo. Obviously, we do promo shoots for ourselves. We haven't done small promo shoots before, but it's different. Like doing one with like literally like no sense of what the hell is going on and just winging it. And I was skeptical. I won't lie. Like the way. And shout out to the director. I believe his name was George, who shot Uncle Delroy's promo video for their party. The way it was like shot, I was like, yo, how this is gonna look crazy. Like it's just interesting to see how directors and videographers can just like yo, we'll make this work. Cause we were shooting in someone's house, literally in someone's basement.
Oh.
Like it was someone's basement. Obviously the party theme is basement, but like still, we're just it was like 12 of us. Only
Made it look
12,
good,
by
shit.
the way.
Yeah.
Like maybe
You like what you saw, Glenn?
No, I'm saying the cinematography and everything.
Yeah.
You're in someone's basement and everything.
Yeah,
All
we
right,
were
good.
in someone's
How you said they
basement,
look good.
and
No.
it was maybe like
Good
12,
try.
maybe 15 of us max. That's not even pushing it. And, we did like the scene where like, we shot the car and then we all get out and there's the whole scene of me with the lollipop and I'm banging on the door to like, get into the party. And then like the scene of us walking, like all the girls walking. Did you guys watch the video?
Yeah, I watched it.
Yeah.
The scene of all the girls walking down the stairs.
That was so
It was good.
That looks so good.
It looked
Fire.
really, that's what I'm saying. It looked
That took us, I'm not gonna lie, an hour.
That makes sense.
I bet it
that
did.
makes sense.
Like-
We filmed promo videos. I bet it did.
We walked down them stairs, like them 7 stairs,
Yep.
about 43 times. It was okay, look here. Okay, touch the wall. Okay, this person behind.
Yep.
Okay, and the thing is, the inspiration was like the movie Belly.
Oh,
Right?
okay, yeah.
And I won't say their name. One of the people, Uncle Delroy, wanted some of the girls to wear like the contacts. How long did it take? First of all, I said hell no, because I don't do contacts. I don't play my eyes. I don't need, like, there's no way I'm putting that in. So 2 of my other friends did it, and then another girl who I met that day did it, and it took probably like another 40 minutes for them to get the contacts in.
Yep.
Maybe even an hour to get the contacts
Just to go
in.
like this?
Yeah, but the thing, they were really flimsy.
If
Like,
you
they
don't
were
put
so
contacts
hard.
in and just trying to put one in, they
But
can
no,
take
they
you.
do regularly. It was just like,
So they're contact wearers.
they're contact wearers, but the contacts, they were really hard to get in. Like, I was even trying to help one, and I was like, yo, these contacts are crazy.
Okay.
Should have
anyways,
Shazor.
They ended up working. And yeah, that scene alone of us, like, it was like the 5 of us walking. It was literally like 40 minutes.
That sounds
just
about
like
right.
walking down the stairs. But it looked sexy as hell. The scene of like the basement jam, like everyone dancing, it was literally 12 of us in the corner of the basement
Nice.
just moving.
Ah,
Yeah.
smart, yeah.
Like, yeah. And like, honestly, guys, to me, I'm like, this is cringy as hell. Like, I
Yeah.
could never be an actor because I'd be like, this is nuts.
they-
How is this gonna look good?
They told you to dance without music too, right?
We had music going in the background. But even though it's still 12 of us in the corner.
Yeah. It feels awkward as hell.
you could have
Yeah.
music if there's no like voice.
Yeah.
You
Like-
can, but like for certain movies, they don't allow
Oh
music.
yeah, they don't music. Yeah, some music, like you're literally dancing to silence.
Which
But
is
we had
awkward as
music
fuck.
going. Yeah, we had music going, but still, it's 12 of us. Some of us don't even know each other, just in a corner to make it look packed. But we're in the basement.
Yeah.
Shout out to
Literally.
George. He
So it
made
was,
that
all
shit
right,
look
you
good.
you bubble him, you bubble him. Okay, now you turn around. Okay, you come to the
That's-
front. Okay, you 2 dance. Okay, Zoe, stand here. Okay,
yeah,
later.
yeah,
And I'm
yeah.
like, yo, this is gonna be nuts.
That's like a socially anxious person's like worst nightmare.
Yeah, literally, and it was okay. Like
You
these
dance
girls,
with him.
literally, and it was like these girls walk in. Okay, now these girls walk in. Okay, now take her out. I'm like, bro, what's the continuity? But then the way they act, like, oh, this makes. I'm like in my head, I'm like, but she wasn't here, but now she's not here.
Yeah.
How does it make?
Were
it
they
made
making
sense.
it up as they were going, or you?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
They didn't
Like
have a shot list?
No.
And that's
Holy
that's what I'm
shit.
saying. Okay.
Like they had an idea.
Shout out to
okay,
them. End
they had
product
an
was good.
idea of like what they want. Like they know, for example, they wanted the car scene, everyone
Right.
getting out of the car. They knew they wanted everyone walking into the party. They knew they wanted the scene of us walking down. But
Yeah.
like they were like kind of maneuvering as we went.
Right.
But it was the video came out fire.
It
Yeah.
did.
And yeah, the party's gonna be sick. But I was like, yo, this was great promo.
How long were you out there for?
So the person who remained unnamed was like, yeah, like 2 hours max, guys. Like, don't worry, like we're gonna have drinks, we're
way.
gonna have food. We were there for damn near 6-7 hours.
Oh my
figured, yeah.
god.
You say 2
Oh,
hours,
that's a
I saw
long
the
shit.
video, I'm
Okay.
like, yeah,
Yeah,
it looks
yeah,
like
yeah.
a 7-hour day.
Yeah,
Okay.
we were there, and it was like,
was a full day
it's a
thing.
20-second video, 2 hours max.
No.
No, girl. Yeah, we were there for like a solid out. Yeah, I would say probably like 6 hours. 5-6 hours.
It was just 2 locations, one outside, one inside.
We were at somebody's house, so outside
I'm
their
saying,
house
yeah,
and
yeah.
inside their house.
Yep.
And then literally outside their house and in the basement.
Yeah.
That's
Those are
why
the only 2 locations.
That's why I think you would hate being an actress, yo.
I think so too. I think
You would
so
be on
too.
set for literally like 15 hours straight.
And
Yeah.
you got to say one line, but because you're part of the production and they need the shot of the back of your head,
Yeah.
you need to stand there waiting
Yeah.
all like
And to be
9
honest,
hours.
it's also hard for me to see the vision. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm like, yo, it don't make no. I'm like, yo, it don't make no
It
sense.
sounds like you didn't trust him right away.
No, not
you
trust him,
think
but like,
you could direct better?
no, not even that. I was thinking like, but like, I was like, but like, she wasn't there, but like now she's here. But I just didn't understand like the cuts that would have made sense
Yeah.
at all. I was like, okay, but like,
And you don't know this dude too.
No.
Like, that's your first
So
time
I had
meeting
no
him.
clue. But even like
So,
the
no.
Uncle Delroy team was like, no, like don't worry, it's gonna. I'm like, how? But
Yeah.
it worked.
Yeah.
So like,
Definitely
so
worked.
like next time if you're on something that they do, you'll go there at ease. Like I know this looks like a mess, but it's gonna come out.
Yeah.
right.
Not even looking at a mess. It just felt like, yo, like I don't know how it's like I
Or it
visually
feels- it
can't
feels
see.
You couldn't
like-
see
it
the
feels
process
like
of
a-
like
Yeah,
where
and I
their steps were
visually
going.
could. I knew what to talk about. I visually couldn't like picture. What I pictured in my head was not what they came out.
I don't know how you're going to be
I think
utilizing
what-
my likeliness for this concern. That's what you're
I
concerned.
think what you do is like you don't like not knowing what the full vision is before you get into something.
I agree,
Yeah,
and I'm like that with us too.
Yes, you
Yeah.
are.
Yeah, so,
You,
so
you
that's the thing. But anyways, that was my fun acting. I think I could act, but like, yeah, I think I just gotta let go and let God. Like, yo, tell me what to do. I'm sure y'all will do it. You know, y'all will
You
do
would
it
be
well.
you would be a really great actress if you got the take on the first try every time.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
If you do one take.
Because you're like the type of, like if you were a rapper, I imagine even, if you were the type of person that goes in the booth and just goes like off the top, it would be different every single time. I feel like you're that type of person that isn't choreographed and everything. It's always a different thing.
You gotta let Zoe improv, man.
Yeah?
Nah,
most definitely.
If you acting, we don't need you line reading, yo. We don't. Wait,
why?
Nah, man.
Yeah.
Wait, why?
Man, I've been in the background here. You want to be an
Yeah.
I mean, like, we had, like, one, like, what? Lomi and I did that ad and, like,
Oh my God.
we read it, like, the day of. Like, we sat here.
Yo, I'll never forget when we did Extra Gravy and they made us stand in front of the wall and be like, we're Relentless Diaries. Catch us on the next episode of Extra Gravy. Yo, I think it took half an hour for you to say it. I think it took 30 to 40 minutes to take.
Zoe, for some reason, gets anxiety when she starts reading scripts.
You're not a script reader. You're not a line reader.
That's all I'm saying. But if we gave you a mic and just say improv this general vibe, you'd be good.
Yeah.
That's why the fuck.
Just give Zoe a general idea and she'll run with it.
Zoe means Zoe.
Like, you guys watch Curb Your Enthusiasm?
No.
No, I tried to get into it, but I can't fully get into it. Yeah, I don't know why.
Yeah, they don't line read, right? They just give them a premise and they're like bounce off, play off each other.
You can't fix that.
Wait,
See?
Is that a pause?
It's not a pause, but he thinks it is.
Is that really what he's?
Yes, that's what he's saying. It's
You
an actual
can play,
thing.
you can play off of things, bro.
No, he said bounce. And then he took it back.
I didn't hear the bounce part. Okay,
Stupid.
Yeah, you'd be good on that show.
playing it
Movie
safe.
terms are mad pause.
Yeah, I feel like I could be able to, like, I can maybe, like, get in my bag, like my acting bag. Maybe.
Immerse yourself in a
Would you
character.
do like a How to Get Away with Murder and like a scandal type of show?
It depends on who am I in the show.
Let's say like you're Annalise Keating.
Oh God, I heard not walk.
Yeah. Like you're one of the main characters, but you're very problematic.
What is your dream, or what do you think? What role you would excel the most in?
Yeah,
I would have been a sick vampire in Sinners.
Because you want to be
you want to be a villain
alongside Michael B.
Actually, no.
Don't. He hasn't
I haven't seen it yet.
I know. Sorry.
But the timeline's already.
That's a spoiler. Okay, let's back up. Okay, let's finish this. Okay, Saturday night. Jerk and Jollof.
Big content creator. Big face on the flyer.
Okay, anyways. Saturday night, I hosted Jerk and Jollof. That was a lot of fun. And I thought I've hosted a few parties. A few? Like maybe like a couple? Yeah, I hosted a couple before. And, you know, it's cool. But I think it was a really good vibe. A lot of my friends came. They set up us with a really nice booth. We had a lot of bottles. Everyone was smashed. That was my job. Yeah. To get everybody drunk. Everybody had a great time. And I got so many messages like, girl, I don't remember last night. I said, perfect. So I'm glad that happened. A lot of people gave us love for the pod and was like, oh, I watch your show. So it was really good.
Yeah, a few listeners.
Shout out to Jerk and Jollof and Summer Knox and MC Breezy, Mana Gallus, all the DJs. It was a good event. Really good turnout. Okay. It was strong. Yeah.
Okay, I thought there was a misdirection coming.
No,
it was cool.
I actually don't have any like negative
But yeah, your
feedback.
face was really all over that shit though. It was like I was trying to see I forgot. I was trying to see if they're selling tickets at the door because people were asking. I don't know why they're asking me, but so I go on.
That's a funny cross association.
Yeah, I'm like, all right. So I just go on Jerk and Jolloff's page, and it's like the only story they had that day of the day of the event was your face on it.
Oh, really?
I'm like, yeah.
Wow.
Oh, wow.
So his face sells tickets.
I'm like, damn, they're really selling you.
Screaming.
So yeah, you know, you're in your promoter bag now. You have to,
don't call me promoter.
You have to add that.
You can't just discriminate names now.
Promoter just sounds so tacky.
You hate labels like that.
Yeah, I don't.
You really.
I am
What?
Oh.
I'm a curator of a good time.
You're a vibe curator?
I can't lie. See, that's the most classic shit because like, if people call me a promoter, I'm like, bet, yeah, I am. You know what I mean? But like a lot of people in my shoes, they say that line. I've heard that line bare. Like, no, I'm not a promoter. I'm a vibes curator. I'm like, yo.
Oh my God.
Shut up, bro.
I hate that unironically. That's crazy.
Promoter makes it seem like
it's a negative connotation for sure.
But not even that. Like I know like actual promoters where it's like, yeah, like hey, like come to this party, be there before 11:30, like you know, heels only, like some shit like that. Like no.
What were you saying on your stories?
Buy tickets.
Phones off.
What is that?
DMD, don't hit me for no tickets now.
But I feel like promoter and shit. It just feels like I don't know
Tier
how to
1
explain
sold
it.
out. Like you were doing
know what I'm
that.
saying?
No, I did not do that. I did not say tier 1 sold out.
You were shaking
I did not say tier 1 sold out.
You're shaking it.
I just said like, oh, I'm like tickets available at the door, whatever. Like,
Yeah,
you know,
yeah.
I could sell it. Like they gave me a job to do.
Yeah.
But I'm
And
just
what
saying
was that job?
to help make the party good,
Which is what?
bringing people out.
It wasn't to help.
And that's promoted.
Yeah,
Trying
yeah,
to get
there
the
we
party
go.
lit for the.
I just hate the word promoter.
But now you had a
You're a
good vibe.
different.
up
You're a
there.
fun promoter.
Yeah, maybe.
Ethical
like,
promoter.
And my thing is like I'm also not like reaching out to random people.
Right.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, people, like, you'll have promoters like reach like, hey, like, do you want to come? Like, I'm not doing that. Like, handing out flyers on Young Street.
That would
yeah,
You know
that
what
was
I'm
the
saying?
time. That was the time.
Yeah, it's more just like I'll bring my friend. Like, I will amplify your party. Make sure my friends are set up. We'll have a great
A
time.
vibe amplifier.
There we go.
I think that really what you just described does lend to the
Amplifier.
definition of curators. So
like that.
you sold that. Okay.
And all my friends had a great time. Yeah, it's hilarious. And it's funny because so I went with my homegirls. A whole bunch of us went, but like I went with my homegirls. We all pre'd at her place, went together. And I had jerk and drop them. That was getting my hair done the next day for Jamaica. So I was like, yo, like, guys, I have to go home. Like, I cannot stay the night here. And I got drunk at Jerk and Jollof.
Okay.
So I don't know how we ended up in a cab in 2025. But like we left
Like a
Jerk
taxi.
and, like, we left. All I remember was leaving Jerk and Jollof, and all of a sudden we were in a cab, and I was laying across my friend's laps. Cause there was like so many of us that I just like, I'm like, yo, just get in. And like we all just like got into this cab. And my friend and Tresor's girl was in the front, like politicking with this cab driver about like how much money we're actually gonna pay for this cab
Oh my
ride.
God.
I was drunk as shit, laying on like 4 laps in the back seat. Then I remember being like, yo, like someone had to cut my weave out.
Oh.
Because I had to get my hair done too.
Oh,
And I had my blonde hair in.
Yeah.
Oh,
So I said, yo,
shit.
someone has to cut this weave out because I have a hair appointment tomorrow.
Right.
And yo, shout out to, I almost said her name. And I don't want to. Shout out to Tresor's girl, my homegirl. And she was like, yo, I'll do it. And I'm like,
Oh, real one.
you're going to cut it out? She's like, yeah, she's like, I'll cut it. And they're all like, no. We're too drunk. Like, you're going to vault her. Like, no.
Was
no,
she
no.
sober?
That would be me.
No, she was not sober.
Oh my God.
And my other homegirl was like, I would do it, but I'm drunk. And if I cut out your braid, I don't want to hear it. She's like, no. She's like, I'll do it. And to be honest, I like fell asleep like dead in her lap, but I woke up and like half my weave was cut out.
Aw.
Was it
Wow.
proper?
Yeah, like I'm not bald.
Maybe a little trim. Maybe a
No,
little trim.
like she actually didn't cut any hair. Like
that's
no
fine.
hair. Yeah, because I got my hair done. Like, yeah.
That's
she
a
didn't-
risk that you took,
Right?
eh?
Yeah, she's a real one still. I was like, yo,
Yeah.
thank God. If she didn't do that, I would have been screwed the next day. And then I
Yeah.
fell asleep on my homegirl's couch till like 7:30 a.m. and just like, I'm like, yo, we gotta go right now.
Damn.
Right now. And we left.
That's fire.
Yeah, but shout out to the girls.
Have
The
Easter
gang.
dinner after?
Cheetah girls. Huh?
Yeah, have Easter dinner after?
I got my hair done Sunday, had Easter dinner super late. With half my family was in Ottawa, some of us were here, so we had Easter dinner together, and we were watching basketball, and then we all just like K'd on the couch, and then
That's
Yeah,
fire.
that sounds like a proper
That's a
Easter.
vibe.
literally we were watching the Golden State and Houston game,
Yeah, I know you like that game.
of course, because Steph Curry,
Curry was
baby.
hitting some dumb. Oh my, he was hitting some crazy shots.
Yeah, Steph Curry, baby.
Otherworldly.
Golly.
Yeah.
Steph Curry, baby.
Yo,
Chef.
Is he playing tonight?
Is he playing tonight?
I hate when
I know the Leafs are playing tonight.
Yay.
Oh yeah, you're wearing your Leafs jersey.
Big up the Leafs. This year is our year.
I'll give some air horns for the
I was giving them some. They slapped the Senators 6-2 or 6-3 the first game.
Put a
Wow.
motherfucker on ice
So-
like the Maple Leafs.
Okay, so if the Maple Leafs win the second game, tell us what the stat is.
Oh yeah, I was saying it before. It's a fun fact, or not so fun fact. Jesus Christ! If the Leafs win tonight's game, so when you guys hear this, we'll know. Where it's Tuesday right now. If they win this game against the Senators, it'll be the first time the Toronto Maple Leafs have been up 2-0 in a series in 23 years.
Wow.
Damn.
Since 2002.
Damn.
This happened in any series. This hasn't happened.
that's
Damn.
crazy.
Has anyone checked the score or seen the score?
Oh yeah, let's see where we're at.
I'm scared. I'm
Since
gonna check
before
right
some
now.
of these YNs. That's crazy.
What we doing?
Oh, we're up.
That way?
Hey.
All right.
I mean, it's the first period, but we're up 2.
TML talk, baby.
We're up 2.
Yeah.
And it's funny because Mucho asked me, like, if the Leafs win, like, will you go to the parade? Abso-fucking-lutely.
Good.
I will
Good.
go and support anything that Toronto succeeds in.
Turn up.
There we
Whether
go.
it's soccer, whether it's baseball, whether it's hockey, it could be golf, curling. If we are making a name and we're winning, I will be there.
Yeah.
I will buy a Leafs jersey.
Right on.
I know. I don't own a single hockey shirt.
The Argonauts won it a couple years ago.
Come on.
Were you outside for that?
Yeah, that's
You're fake, yo.
outside for the Argonauts.
You got me. Hey, man.
Crazy.
Big up the Argos.
Fake ass.
Big up the
sports fan.
Argos.
Yo, big up the
I was at
Argos.
Ultraviolet with y'all when they
got
won.
me.
Oh my god, ultraviolet with the Argos.
Yeah, I was at,
You got me.
I made an exception. Oh, you might have been there too, yeah.
That's
When
crazy.
they won, yeah.
Yeah, you got me. Because, yeah, that's right.
You figured me
I won't
out.
lie.
You know why?
Sometimes I have invisible lines. Like, I draw the line. Like, yeah, no, I'll do it. But I'm like, no, actually.
Yeah.
That's my invisible line.
Our job is to find these invisible lines when you
Yeah.
give these general statements.
You're right. That's a line. I don't give a fuck about the Argos.
Is it because...
It's Canadian, yes.
Okay.
There we go. Case closed.
No shade.
It does.
No tea, no shade.
Shout out to all
Toronto
the
stigma.
shout
Yeah.
out to all the Toronto Argonauts, and you know we probably know people who've played for that team. You know what I mean? Especially if you went to uni.
Oh, yeah, I know a lot of people who
Juniors
guys
played with
played
some
for the
of them, too,
Argos.
like, yeah.
Exactly. You know what I mean? But it is a classic thing where in the west of Canada, it's more like there's more fans, there's more diehard fans of the CFL.
Yeah, because
Then
they don't have
here-
nothing out there.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
They don't have
true,
no.
it's
They don't
true.
have no NBA team.
They gotta take a flight to see an NBA game, yeah.
hockey they might, but like think about it. Toronto's the only representation for the NBA
Yeah.
in Canada. So
Yeah.
what do they have? They have to grab onto the CFL.
Yeah.
We have too much here going on. We have Blue Jays. We have Toronto Maple Leafs. We have the Raptors. We have Toronto FC.
About to have
Toronto
a
Tempo
WNBA
soon.
team.
Toronto Tempo soon.
Tempo, yeah.
What do we care about the Argonauts for? With all due respect.
Will you care more about the Toronto Tempo than the Toronto Argonauts?
Absolutely.
Okay.
Yeah, 100%.
Right
Yeah,
on.
100%. With all due respect, like, have you been to an Argos game?
Yeah.
I've been
Oh
to
my
one.
God.
I've been to
Boo.
Yeah.
Have you always,
With all due
Mucho,
respect.
have you always been like a supporter of the Leafs like this?
I'm a bandwagon.
Okay.
I can't
Yeah,
lie.
yeah,
I
yeah.
can't lie.
100% bandwagon.
Yeah, yeah,
I can't,
Okay.
whoa, how you know that?
Oh, no, I mean for me.
Alright,
For me,
alright.
100%. I don't give a shit about hockey. But hey, if Toronto's up.
Well, maybe bandwagon's not the right word. Like I always want them to do good. They're the
Yeah.
only team in the NHL that I root for.
You're an
Yeah.
outside fan.
Yeah, there you go. Because bandwagon implies that I fuck with other teams
Right.
before the Maple Leafs. No, I just
Yeah,
don't
yeah.
care about
Doesn't
hockey.
it mean like when they're good, that's
then
when you fuck with them?
That's true. 'Cause I don't care.
Doesn't it mean that when they're good, that's when you fuck with them?
Yeah, but you're hopping off a bandwagon
Oh,
to
yeah,
another
that's
one. You know
fair,
what I
yeah,
mean?
fair.
So yeah, in that sense, no. But whenever they're in the playoffs, I'm tapped in.
Because I've been like, I feel like there's been eras of my life where I was like a hater of the Leafs, you know? And I think that comes.
Yeah.
See, you niggas pissed me off though. Cause it's like, why? Just because they lost a few times, you're like, fuck them forever?
No, because I'm a basketball fan and like I like sports, and I just feel like the way that hockey dominates like broadcast sports in Canada.
Oh,
You
it's just-
mentioned that before.
Like
yeah.
the amount of times where I wanted to watch a certain basketball game, but they're playing some hockey game or whatever.
Especially
Or-
growing up when the internet wasn't popping like that.
You
we put
remember,
on
remember,
Sportsnet, yeah.
remember how great court surfing and court cuts was? Like,
Yeah, the
they would
greatest thing of all
run
time.
hockey highlights 3-4 times in a row before you would get to be able to watch
Court cuts.
basketball highlights or court cuts or something like that. So like,
Mm-hmm.
I feel like I have that that like. Also living downtown too, having to deal with Toronto Maple Leaf traffic, like from playoff games and everything, and just like is a different kind. So I feel like I've been a little jaded like that, but I'm also like you. If it's Toronto, I'm supporting it. But like I'll argue internally with other Toronto people about it and be like, nah, they're trash, like or whatever.
Yeah.
To like mess with you. But
Yeah. Well, big up the Leafs. Hopefully we get it done, man. We bring
Yeah,
back
hopefully.
that Stanley.
Oh, you think we're gonna get that far? Isn't this
Honestly,
this game? Isn't this like?
It's the first round.
I'll say first round.
But from what I know about the NHL, it's a very high variance game. So anybody could really, as long as you have a shot, you could win the Stanley.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
you can't be like
In the NBA, it's more like the best team always wins. In the NHL, because it's low scoring and shit. Like,
Yeah.
you hit a nice one timer, dog.
on a breakaway.
Yeah, on a breakaway, yo. Then who knows what happens?
I know we're getting pretty sports
Power
heavy,
play?
but Trae Young, and I think this is true, what he'd said. I don't think it was like Cox Sports, but Trae Young had made a statement about like the play-in and how he doesn't.
Me and Mucho were talking about this
Yeah,
before
and
you got
how
here.
he doesn't support the play-in because like you have 82 games to make it to the playoffs. So like, why are you kind of giving like the people who like barely made it? And I like the play-in, but I kind of see his point though. I see his point a little bit.
Sore loser.
But But you do have 82 games to make it.
Yeah, so make it to top 6 in a shitty East.
I'm saying.
Oh no, I agree.
Okay.
But I'm saying, like, I understand what he didn't make it, right? But I understand what he's saying. Like, he's kind of talking about 2000, but I kind of get
he's
it.
saying this because he was the 8th seed. So if there wasn't a play-in, he would have been in the first round. But then he lost 2 games in a row.
Oh, I see.
2 games in a row, by the way. If you're 7-8, you need to lose 2 games in a row.
Word.
Lost 2 games in a row to teams that were lesser than him.
Yeah.
And then he made that statement. Shut up, bro.
I'm trying to get the full statement.
Maybe don't ice out your teammates.
You should get your team better, man.
Interesting. Okay, I see that too.
Yeah.
Just win. Yeah, you can't complain like that.
Niggas in the West, maybe I'm hearing them out a little bit. Maybe I'm hearing them out a little bit.
He said, nah, I'm just a competitive dude, passionate. I don't really care about what other people think about me. I just care about my teammates, the coaches, the fans, obviously what they think on here. But I'm a competitive person the same way that I've been since I was in elementary school, and I'm the same way. I mean, there's some conversations of the game where the refs were making a mockery of the game. Oh, hold on. This is a big part of everything.
We're to the part where he talks about the play.
Yeah. Hold on. Yeah, this is
he
a whole
tweet
interview.
this or something?
No, he was talking a lot of shit in this interview, I'm realizing. Okay.
Wait, it was like a post-game
Yeah.
interview?
This is after he got eliminated, and he's in there talking about the play-in. He's talking about the refs and everything like that.
I think I saw it on someone posted. I try to find it, but yeah, I mean,
No, you paraphrased it well.
Yeah,
That's
I see
essentially.
both
I don't know.
sides.
We don't even need the.
Yeah, that is. Yeah, that is. You said what it was.
Yeah. I see, but I kind of get it. Like, yeah, like the play-in is kind of like you're kind of giving like one more shot. Who can really get it? But it's like, why do they need one more shot? They could have just got it the first time.
Yeah, I think it's more of a competitive thing down the stretch to stop teams from trying to tank so hard.
Yeah, I'm saying, yeah.
Making the league more.
It's worked. There's been more late season exciting games because of the play-in.
I think the issue, like everyone talks about ratings, and I know you hate that. You're an antagonist to nostalgia. You hate anything that's like, oh, back then it was so good, you know?
Yeah, niggas just jack off to nostalgia all day. Like, yo,
You're not wrong.
we're in the present, yo. Think about the present and the future. That's what matters.
I forgot the point I was going to make anyways.
Jack off to nostalgia.
Yeah, that threw me for a loop.
But that's how I feel about LeBron fans.
They're stuck in the past.
Wait.
But he's still killing them.
I get it, but like,
What?
are y'all like, oh, what are we gonna do when LeBron retires? We're gonna find somebody else. That's what we're gonna do.
Oh, okay.
Like,
I'm with you.
like dead ass.
I'm
oh,
with
what
you.
are we gonna do with the late? No, we're gonna find somebody else.
Enjoy him for now. You know what I mean?
Like I
Enjoy
don't
him.
get it.
Pause. God,
Yeah,
You're on a roll today.
I'm
What's
on like
going on?
5.
That one registered to me.
I gotta stop this before I go to Jamaica.
back to boy.
Fire for that.
Hey, before we move on from sports, fuck everyone who had sent me the news that broke today that Jalen Hurts married his fiance over the spring. Man.
Black love, yeah.
And honestly,
round of applause for Jalen Hurts.
before we get into praising Black love, let me just be sick for a second. It's funny because I was at work and my DMs are kind of like blowing up. Like, yo, why do people keep DMing me? What the fuck's going on? And the first one that came to my mind, or my tent I actually read, someone, you know, like your home screen shows like a preview.
Yeah.
And the exact words were, "I'm sorry for your loss, Zoe. Broken heart. My condolences to you during these hard times." So I'm like,
What?
yo.
That was
what
like me doing tubs the other day.
So
Where
I'm like, yo, did someone die? Like, what the fuck? So I open it immediately. And then, of course, it's headline. Let me read it. Oh, not them playing this fucking song. Congratulations, Jalen Hurts marries longtime girlfriend Bree Burrows. And I just fell to my knees that way.
Oh my god,
fell to
guys.
your
I
knees
can't
at
lie.
work?
I can't.
No, I didn't fall to
I
my
can't.
knees.
I might have selective hearing sometimes because we're talking about basketball. I thought you were talking about Jalen Green.
Oh my God, no.
I thought you were talking about Drea and Jalen Green got married.
Oh my
like, what?
God.
No,
Why is it your loss?
Jalen
Okay,
Hurts.
Jalen Hurts. Sorry.
Basketball brain.
Jalen Hurts. Okay.
Got married.
Sorry for your loss for real. Okay. I didn't understand what the loss was. Okay. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
He got married and I'm sick. I literally almost crashed out at work. Almost quit my job on the spot.
Fine.
Do you feel like low key you had a chance?
No.
Maybe.
What? How?
If you were single, you saw him in the right place.
Oh, yeah, maybe. But it's like NFL players, like you have to be on, like if you're a woman in Canada, you have to be on the hunt for it. Like we don't just run into NFL players because they don't come here.
Yeah.
What about
Unless
if he comes next year for FIFA? You might see him.
Yeah, but he's married. Now
I'm saying,
but
like,
if he was single,
you would've had a
if
chance.
fate had somehow made our paths cross when we were both single, Hey, man. I would have shot my shot.
Hell yeah.
No doubt.
And maybe you would have scored, dog.
Maybe.
Come on, now.
Maybe.
Oh my god.
I would have been Zoe Hurts.
I'm
Could have
sorry
got
for
that
your
one
loss.
timer.
Oh my God.
One timer.
What the?
Yeah.
You got to get Zoe on a breakaway.
Fell to my knees, man. Sick. But you know what? And I do appreciate black love, though.
Yeah.
I'm glad he married a black woman. I'm glad they love each other. They're a very beautiful couple.
Yeah.
Excellent.
Can I hate?
Why would you hate?
Yeah. That's what
not
we're here
on,
for.
Not on their marriage.
I was gonna say
not on their
That's what we
marriage.
do.
So salute to them getting married and shit. But
and shit.
the he was just added to like, I think I read this right, like top 100 most influential people of 2025.
What?
And then I'm like, yo, what did Jalen Hurts influence, yo?
I was just about to ask you that.
What did he do? I don't even know what his voice sounds like.
Oh, come on. Come on.
May have influenced some more people to level up and upgrade their VVSs and their chains.
Well, true, maybe.
I mean,
like,
yeah, the
his-
chain thing.
his jewelry, there you
Also,
go.
doesn't he have one of like the highest paid NFL contracts right now?
How does that make you influential?
He also
break
has,
down barriers in your, like, you know, getting
breaking down
being
barriers.
the highest earner, like, you
Yeah.
know, like as a
Also,
black
he has
person.
a full female team.
That's inspirational.
So that influence.
That's influential.
Who did that influence though? Who else?
Women, and I hope other players.
You hope
to see
did
that-
it?
I think maybe to see that the value
Nah,
value in
man.
women
Shout out
in
to-
the sports world.
Again, that's inspirational.
And
Not
I think it's
Well, he won a
influential.
Super Bowl.
And he also won. Yeah, he won a Super Bowl, and he's an MVP, right?
that's yes.
Who does that influence?
No, that's
No,
influential.
Football players. What are you talking about?
What is that going to influence?
That's gonna influence other people to be better.
Is it?
If you win a Super Bowl, yes.
But what about
Does
if?
LeBron James influence?
But if Patrick Mahomes won it, wouldn't that be more influential to be great if he won like 5 or whatever for?
So
Super Bowl?
Hertz
Oh, I
has
see
surrounded
what you're
himself
saying.
with an
Okay.
all-female team of representatives. He attended the Eagles Girl Flag Football League Championship and participated in a promo video. I swear there's better stuff than
This
this.
is just
He's a
stuff about
global
him.
flag football ambassador for the 2028 Summer Olympics in LA.
What is
He launched the Jalen Hurts Foundation and donated money to install air conditioners in Philly schools through the Keep It Cool campaign.
Okay.
okay.
First off, are you reading his Wikipedia or is this the entry for his influence?
I'm on PhiladelphiaEagles.com.
Okay. I thought that was like why Time was saying he was so influential.
That's why Eagles.com is saying it.
Oh yeah, okay, but I was right though. Somebody named him to like some influential shit, right?
Yeah. Yeah, he was put on this. On Time magazine named him, one of the most 100 influential people of the year.
Hey man, shout out to everybody.
Win a Super Bowl. I don't know. He win a Super Bowl.
Yeah, I guess that's why people want to win a Super Bowl, right? Because then they give you shit you don't deserve.
It's like the most coveted like championship. It's not an NBA championship. It's not no Stanley Cup. You win a Super Bowl, like the
Especially
trophy.
as the quarterback.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, if that's the case, then every quarterback that wins every year should be on that list. Because it's nothing he's doing is different.
I can't even argue. Which was right.
If you're, I don't know. If you're a quarterback and you won Super Bowl MVP and stuff, yeah,
Then you should- okay.
Maybe
Alright.
you should get it that year.
With that caveat, I ain't mad at it then. All right.
Okay.
I'm still sad, but anyways.
Sorry for your loss. Condolences.
Yes.
Sorry,
All
sorry.
right.
Grief.
Let's move on to some hot trending topics. Because we are very respectful people and we don't like to spoil, we will briefly touch on the Sinners movie.
Oh yeah.
We're not
for
gonna
sure.
spoil it, so don't cover your ears, don't freak out.
I ain't
don't
seen it
skip,
either. Better
'cause
not.
Clyde hasn't seen it, and because the movie is so good,
Oh my god.
I will make sure that we don't spoil it because everyone deserves to see this movie at its full potential.
I wanted to talk to you.
Yeah,
about
let's talk.
So
we can talk about
bad.
it vaguely.
Very vague.
We can talk about it vaguely.
Can we talk about? Can we start with like the PR because I can the thing that. I can get FOMO when it comes to shows and movies. You can really pressure me on some shit like that. If everyone's saying it's good, it'll make me really want to see it. But
Right.
I don't think there's anything that made me be like, okay, this movie seems to be serious. Then Zoe opening her phone and making a 1.5-minute front-facing camera video praising Michael B. Jordan. If you're a long-time listener, you know exactly what Zoe's stance on Michael B. Jordan is. And for you to talk at lengths about this man and his performance in the movie, let me know, okay, this is serious. And like, it's almost like this movie came out like 2 weeks ago. The way that everybody has discourse and this and that to say about it. I'm fighting for my fucking life on the timeline, trying not to see spoilers because I hate spoilers and it'll make me not want to see it more. So this movie's really that good, eh?
Yeah.
Yes.
So what I will say is, honestly, I'm gonna start doing this with movies more often.
Okay.
And like I said, if you're a long-time listener, if you follow me on social media, if you just know me, long time in general, I was not a Michael B. Jordan fan. Never saw the appeal, never cared for his acting, never cared for his movies, never thought he was attractive. Mucho used to call me a hater because I just never saw girls used to, I never saw the MBJ appeal.
Right.
When he was in a movie, I'd be like, okay, cool. Even Black Panther, I was like, all right, sure. His shirt's off, great. You know what I'm saying? Like, whatever. So when it came to I really like Ryan Coogler though.
Yes.
Right? But when it came to this movie, because Michael B. Jordan was the face, I had no interest.
Right.
So I never watched the trailer, had no idea what the movie was about, no clue. So one of my homies hits me up like, yo, like, y'all trying to go see Sinners? And I'm like, is that the Michael B. Jordan shit? He's like, yeah, da-da-da. And I'm like, I don't know, but like, I ain't really doing shit tonight. So like, if you want to go, sure. And I'm like, okay. So I remember just like searching just the word Sinners on Twitter just to see like, okay, I didn't watch the trailer though. And I'm like, okay, like, people have saw it. People are raving about it already. This was like the second day. Like it came out on the 18th. I'm pretty sure we saw it on the 19th.
Okay.
So I'm like, okay, cool. Like whatever, blah, blah, blah.
Did you see it in like any type of special format?
So I remember seeing a tweet saying that, if you see Sinners, make sure to see it in 70 mm.
Yes.
Right? So I Googled that and I was like, okay, cool. The only like GTA theater that was close enough was the one in Vaughan to me.
Hey, you watched it in Vaughan? Okay, good.
I didn't.
This is an issue.
I didn't because
I'm taking back my dab.
Sorry. I didn't because
this is an issue.
We tried, but it was so like the seats were like so close.
We need more than
and
one place
like,
to watch it.
I'd rather see it in IMAX and have a good seat than see it in 70 mm and be like row 3.
Fair.
So
like-
you saw it in Limax.
I saw it in IMAX.
You saw it in Limax.
What do you mean Limax?
Never mind.
Why? You trying to say it's fake?
just
or
keep-
wasn't as good?
There's real IMAX. This is what film people say. There's real IMAX and then there's Limax. But it's still pretty good.
It was a big part of the marketing too, right? Like with Ryan Coogler talking about the Kodak specs and everything. But keep going.
Yeah.
Sorry. The format is it's
But we
still
did.
good.
We did try. We were like, but I was honestly, I'm like, yo, I'd rather see it and just like see it and have a good scene actually like and then us be row 3 like
You're not wrong. It's
better
better to be
you know what I'm saying?
Facts.
So cool. So I'm like, all right, whatever. I'm like, yeah, we're gonna see the movie. Da-da-da. We caught like a really, really, I think like the last show, it was like 10:30.
Right.
And we went, and like I said, I'm kicking it, like, we're talking, da-da-da. Movie starts, and like within like the first minute, I'm like, what the fuck is this, yo? 'Cause I said, I had no idea what this movie was about. I think this shit's about slavery.
Oh, you had no idea what nothing.
Zero idea. I just knew like the imagery that I saw, like the what's it called, like the
poster,
the poster, and like thing that I'm like, okay, I'm like, this is like a Jim Crow segregation type, maybe like Django type.
I didn't even see it. I didn't know. I knew that was
To me, that's the best way to watch a movie. By the way,
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. Yo, I'm gonna stop watching movie trailers.
That's smart because you're going in blind.
And the thing is,
I've stopped
I
doing
went
that,
back. So after we watched the movie, and I was literally blown away.
Yes.
I went back and watched the trailer. And I was like, yo, thank God I didn't watch the trailer. Low key ruined the fucking movie. Low key, when you think about it, because like I said, I went in blind.
Yes.
So when I saw this is not a spoiler because people should know. When I saw 2 MBJs, I was like, whoa.
Yeah.
Like you were tripping.
Yeah, I was like literally. And it was
Me too. I didn't know.
My homie beside me.
What?
I was crying because like I was in like my movie seat like this, and I was like, I literally sat up like, what the fuck? And he was like, yo, I'm crying because I had no idea it was 2.
Right.
I didn't know he was playing twins.
Yeah.
No clue.
Yeah.
The first minute, I was already freaked out because I was, it's a fucking horror film, and I hate horror movies in the theater.
Okay, I'm pussy.
Pussy as hell. And
Keep going.
there's a few moments where I'm not gonna, but like they have jumps. There's jumps.
At the beginning, yes?
Yes.
Yes.
The beginning and the middle, and there's jumps throughout the whole thing. There's jumps throughout the whole thing.
Yeah.
But like, they didn't even warm us up a little bit. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Was it in the beginning?
Yeah.
Beautiful.
Don't talk about it. But
I'm not.
They're prepared. And like I said, prepare for jumps. That's all I can say. Because I was
Thank you for that. Yeah, all right.
Okay. This is how we're starting? This is how we're starting.
Yeah.
This is how we're starting? But yo, I was like literally like this the entire movie. Like sitting up. Like I didn't lay down. Unless I was scared, like hands over like my hoodie. But other than that, I was like,
So you had no idea like it was about a vampire
No
thing.
idea it was about, vampires. No idea it was a horror. No idea it was nothing.
That's great. That's the best way to go into a movie.
Yeah, and now I'm like, yo, any movie that I want to watch, I'm not watching the trailers. I'm done watching trailers. That's the best way to go. I think that elevated my experience. Like, yo, this movie was it was a 12 out of 10. fucking sick.
Oh yeah.
Fuck, I'm gonna watch it again when we get back from Jamaica.
That's amazing.
I'm I might see the midnight screening before our flight.
Yeah,
So,
honestly, it's a great movie, man.
Did you? So in your format of it, did you see the aspect ratio change up and down?
Yeah.
Oh, they got
Yeah.
shit like that going on?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. The cinematography.
I love aspect changes in
Was
The cinematography was absolutely amazing.
Oh.
Michael B. Jordan was great.
Is there going to be Oscars? Is it that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's gonna get a Best Actor nom.
most definitely.
But will he win?
I don't know if he'll
No,
win.
probably
I don't
not.
get
But
it.
he will fucking deserve it.
But he'll get a nom.
Is this the best? What's interesting about this movie? I knew about it for a while, and I genuinely thought maybe it was just a meme people were saying that this was shot with Jonathan Majors, and that happened,
Yeah.
and then it was kind of
and
like,
I won't
okay,
lie,
we can't.
I kind of see it.
What you
That's
think
what
so?
it was-
I kind of see it.
Okay.
I think that's what it was supposed to be.
Okay.
Before everything happened.
I think if Jonathan Majors didn't get into what he got into, this role would have been for him.
They would
yeah,
have been fraternal twins.
No, I think it would have been Jonathan Majors as the twins.
Oh.
I think so.
Instead of
I think
I thought it was gonna be-
remember
that's a scorching take when all of Ryan Coogler's movies have Michael B.
I
Jordan.
understand, but think about Jonathan Majors was gonna be on a crazy trajectory. Like
Yeah,
after
that's true.
Lovecraft Country,
County.
County.
After that, and what he got like the Marvel.
He was gonna be the new
He was Kang.
Thanos.
Yeah.
He was Kang.
He was gonna I'm pretty sure every major it was gonna go to him. Like he was like the next up. So
Yeah.
I think that as he would have played those twins.
Okay. But
I'm not trying to
MBJ would have
diminish-
been in it, though.
Yeah, maybe he would have been in it, but I don't think he would have been the main. Yeah.
Do you think he would have been one of the brothers? Like I don't want to say
I don't know.
I don't want to say who because Clyde, but like there's a certain character I think he would have portrayed a lot better.
Yeah.
Yes.
I don't know. I think MBJ would have been in the movie, sure. I think but that lead role might have went to Jonathan Majors.
Word.
That might be a hot take, but
I don't
think,
mind a hot take, but it is hot.
But I think of just based on he was up,
He's a fucking actor.
and he's a great actor.
My God.
He's a great actor. Beside him thinking that his white girlfriend could have been the next Condoleezza Rice, he was an amazing actor.
Coretta Scott.
There's
Fuck
a-
Condoleezza Rice.
Yo,
Sorry.
Zoe.
Coretta Scott
And
came.
I didn't register that. Thank you. I would have let you continue and shit, and the comments would have been crazy.
Like, wait, that don't sound right.
that don't sound
I
right.
don't know why I said Condoleezza Rice.
Do you guys think that this is is this the best movie where an actor plays the two main roles?
Don't disrespect Lindsay Lohan like that ever again.
What?
Freaky Friday is the best movie. Where
Bitch, not Freaky Friday. Sorry, not to call you bitch. People get mad at me. Clyde, not Freaky Friday. Parent Trap.
oh, okay.
I thought it was Freaky Friday, too.
Yeah, I thought that was.
She's not a twin in that.
They swap bodies, and it made
They
me think
swap
like,
bodies.
No,
yeah.
Lindsay Lohan played twins in Parent Trap the same way that MBJ plays twins in Sinners.
Oh, wow.
And she killed that role, and she was like 10.
Better than Lupita in Us.
That wasn't twins, though. That was more like,
I mean,
don't know.
I don't really mean. I mean, I guess that's what it is.
They-
It's
Just
just
give
a-
Lindsay
don't tell-
Lohan her
You
flowers,
mean a body
man.
double?
I don't think I am. Like, I like it when it's two separate characters. If they're twins, though, and they're like the same thing, but there's just two of them. Like,
It's funny because my
they're-
homie and I talked about it after the film, and he was like, yo, like, literally give Lindsay Lohan her flowers. Like, Lindsay Lohan deserves an Oscar for Parent Trap. She is the OG.
You guys watch a movie that's pro-black like that, and you're like, you know who we gotta give props to?
Yeah, real shit.
Yeah, like, so what's that? I see it.
My God.
That's a little white girl.
We were talking about the twin play.
Yes.
About like how, like one actor can play twins. But Lindsay Lohan kind of like, she was one of the, I would argue, like pioneers of that. And she was like 10. Do you remember Parent Trap? No. My whole life, I thought she was a twin.
I mean, okay, think about
Up
other.
until her like teen stage, like Freaky Friday, Confessions of a Teenage Drama Queen, I thought Lindsay Lohan was a twin. I had no idea it was one girl.
I don't know if I don't know if Lindsay Lohan is no Mike Myers or Adam Sandler.
Adam Sandler played
Adam
twins.
Sandler's. Oh,
Adam Sandler played a whole cast.
Oh,
Eddie
shut
Murphy
up.
played a whole
Shut up.
cast.
Stop.
What, when you was Big
about to say
Mama's
Nutty
house or whatever that thing?
Professor.
But Big Mama's house or whatever. he
Yeah,
was?
all that. Yeah.
I hate when
It's Tyler
Tyler-
Perry
I hate
territory.
that Tyler Perry shit. Like when you want to play the auntie and the uncle and the Godfather and the abusive. I don't care.
I like
man.
when it's cool.
Let's get back to
Let's get back to a real black movie,
Yeah.
please.
Yeah.
Let's get back to a real black
Split
movie.
is probably the best movie to
All
be
right,
where
all right.
someone
So
plays two
who
things.
impressed you guys the most in the movie, like actors wise? You already said MBJ.
The young
the
supporting
young
lead.
boy.
He was the heart and soul of that
Supposedly
movie.
his first movie ever.
Yeah.
Yes, it was.
I think, don't get me wrong, I am now an MBJ fan. I think that was, but he was really good in that movie. He was my favorite.
He was the heart and soul of that
He was
whole
the heart
movie.
of that
That
movie. for
accent
real.
was really on point too.
And he's talented.
Yeah. Very
Oh, okay.
talented.
So I don't think this is a spoiler, but if you people listening, maybe skip 2 minutes.
Okay.
But
Well, we mean Clyde's here.
Whatever.
So if it is-
no. I really don't think
shut
it's a
up.
spoiler. But when MBJ's character, I forgot if it was whatever, when his character met the one lady
Yes.
who's the love interest, did you guys think it was his sister or mom at first?
Oh,
Because there's
yeah.
a huge colorism debate about this.
Let's get into that after Clyde.
I be scrolling past.
really?
Because I feel like
When you explain it, it'll spoil a
it's
little
still
bit.
gonna spoil it a little bit.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. But okay. So just tell me.
I
what you
scrolled
thought.
past this tweet
I
bare
thought
times.
when I
Yeah.
saw the trailer, I thought it was his sister.
Okay.
I didn't really think anything, to be honest. I'm not gonna lie to you. Nothing popped.
What did you think their relationship was?
Well,
Did you think it was romantic or not?
I didn't have any pre-notion. I'm not gonna lie. I didn't really have any pre-notion.
because she's going in blind, like
Me
she's seeing the
too.
character for the first time.
Me too. But the chemistry to me felt like older sister.
I didn't think so.
I-
but I
oh,
also,
because when
no,
they
I
met-
can't. I'm gonna spoil it. I
Yeah,
can't.
yeah,
I can't
yeah,
tell you.
yeah,
I know.
we
So I'm,
can't.
I'm trying to do the things that led up to that,
Fuck's sake.
and why I didn't think that was a family member. And I'm gonna spoil it if I say that. So I'm not. Gonna
Okay,
say.
so
I'm trying to be on my
we'll see.
phone while you're talking. I don't want to.
Did
hear
you?
what you're
So
saying.
you're more of a so you thought it was a romantic interest.
I did. I didn't think like, oh, this is a family member. I didn't think that. No.
Zoe,
Damn.
what I think what made the movie even better was the supporting cast.
Yeah.
Who they casted for other specific roles
Yeah.
made it so much easier to get through. Because
Shout out to Haley Steinfeld, Black Queen.
Steinfeld. Black Queen is crazy.
Black
by the
Queen
way.
is
You're
nuts.
You are
That's funny.
insane for that.
She's
You are insane for that.
there were certain moments in the movie where it should have been it should have been dead.
Yeah.
Like you should have fallen asleep to certain things.
I don't think so.
Yeah, there was. If,
No.
if the cast wasn't as good as it was, there are some ones where I'd be like, this could have been a dead scene if it was not meant to be for certain actors.
Fair.
If you look, I'm not going to spoil it. If you look at the I can't even say it. Never mind.
I was
I mean,
saying,
it was a very filled out movie, right? It
Yes.
wasn't. They didn't rely on CGI and nothing in the background. Everything felt lived. You know
Yes.
what I mean? The background, even the extras, felt like it was a vibe. You
Like,
know
it
what I
felt
mean?
like-
you know how you had to dance to no music. I'm sure they did too, but it looked like they were dancing to
Yeah.
music. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
The way that they incorporated music
Yes.
into
Yeah.
certain scenes was amazing.
The one take.
The one take,
Yeah.
yeah.
Oh, there's
And
a
I
big
won't
one
lie,
take scene.
Some of the southern accents were so good. Some words I'm like, yo, I won't lie, I wasn't hearing shit.
Yo.
I was like, yo, someone turn the closed captions on, please.
Nah, no cap. After the movie, like I was sitting next to, like it was a very diverse crowd. Right?
Yeah.
I was sitting next to some people that were like talking in, I'll be real. They're talking in an Indian accent, right?
Right.
So I'm like, there's no way none of you niggas understood what's happening in this movie, man.
Yo,
It's zero chance.
not even to be like to be like prejudiced, but if me as someone who's very fluent in English
Yeah.
could not like some of the phrases I was in the words of this, I'm like, yo,
Like, there
what
was
did
mumbling.
they
You have to
say?
be attuned to Southern African American vernacular.
Yeah.
You have,
Yes.
you
And
have
I'm
to
not.
be a little attuned to
Yeah.
it.
I was picking up context clues. All right, that's what they meant. Mad context clues. I was like, yo, I need the captions.
Like there was
on
somewhere the old man was talking about, what the fuck are you
yeah.
saying?
Looking at my homegirl like, yo,
Yo,
we're both like, yo, dude, what's going on? What's going
Gotta
on?
watch some Shannon Sharpe interviews before you.
Oh,
Put
yeah.
on-
Okay,
put
what
on
a
sinners.
pivot.
What a
That is a
pivot.
good pivot.
Did you enjoy how they interpreted vampires?
Yes, because it was very authentic. Nothing
so
crazy.
now, okay, now you already did say it was vampires in it. Never
Well, I
mind.
feel like that's
No,
not a spoiler.
that's
not a
That's
spoiler.
just,
Very-
that was me. But like, if anyone watched the trailer, because I didn't watch the trailer, so I'm not
Yeah.
spoiling. If you watch the trailer, or if you even see,
I'm doing
like
stuff-
everyone knows it's about vampires.
I'm talking about stuff where trailers showed stuff.
yeah, like
True.
now that I watched, I'm like, yo, they give away bare shit, kind of. Like,
So,
Yeah.
so when are we gonna talk about some of this stuff?
what?
What we're gonna talk about in Jamaica?
You're gonna have to. Well, if Clyde sees it,
Oh, I don't know.
Just talk.
No, we can get. No, let's be fair. Let's give our viewers like at least a week or two.
Okay.
Yeah.
I think it's fair.
Do you know
It just came out.
Do you know about the deal that Coogler did with Warner Bros? Like he owns it in 25.
Oh my
yeah,
God.
yes.
I don't understand. Can someone paraphrase that?
So
or-
he will completely own the movie, all its royalties and its rights after 25 years.
why are people mad about that?
I don't. Oh, well, they're saying that it kind of like does it now water down what studios have, what they bring in? Like people actually need studios anymore.
It's a threat to the studio system. That's how
Yeah.
people are framing it.
It's essentially like a rapper going independent.
So, because
Yes.
he made it with $90 million, and they'd be making movies for $200 million that look way worse. And
Yeah.
better. So,
He's basically showing a threat to like, if I can do this without a studio's back,
I can do this.
A lot
Yeah.
of directors are going to start doing that now.
Yeah.
Well,
and
it had the studio's backing.
well, yeah,
But
So-
still,
because Warner they funded it.
They
they funded it, but they had third parties to capital some of the money to fund.
For sure,
It's
but
it's not about the financial point. It's about the ownership that Ryan Coogler negotiated.
Yes,
And
but
It's not about the bringing up money.
But people are acting like, oh, because that's another thing. My homie and I were talking about this after we watched the movie too, because he was saying like, oh, like I was saying like, oh, like 25 years. I think he's like, yo, that's not a long time in the film
It's
world.
not.
For
He's like-
movies
he's like-
that live forever?
He's like, think about some movies you watch that are gonna like. He's like, you still watch Kill Bill? He's like, that movie came out almost 25 years ago. Like you still watch Pulp Fiction? Like this movie.
It's like your masters from publishing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So he's like, there will still be people in 25 years, whether it's on streaming or whatever, that will watch this movie.
You got to pay Ryan Coogler to put it on Netflix in 25
There you
years.
go.
Yeah,
People were
got
also
it.
forgetting, it's like, this
Put
is
it
an
in your
original
eyeballs.
script, an original concept.
Yo, and before we move on, he's a freaky you.
That's
Yo,
that's the consensus I
thank
see.
you.
Yeah.
He's
Oh
a
my
freak.
God.
Yo, the whole time, like, who wrote this?
yeah.
Yeah, he
The
wrote
whole
that
time I kept saying, yo, who wrote it? Some of them bars?
because
Yeah.
Hey, I would have folded.
All right.
Folded.
like Zoe,
Facts.
Clean
yeah.
sheets.
And literally, like in 1936 was the first time?
1929.
No, it was 30 something.
They were
I think.
freaked out in the 30s.
I think
Yeah,
it was 1930s or 1932 was like the first bulk of the movie. But like,
A lot of cunnilingus talk.
yo,
Yo.
I was like, that's how they were getting down back then.
Didn't you say like they made certain elements of this movie sexy?
Yeah, very for a movie that's like a horror that's in Jim Crow era of the South of Mississippi. That's kind of incorporating like slavery or like kick it like they're not slavery, they're free, but still like
Sharecroppers.
Yeah.
It's got like, but how are they like? It's sexy as hell.
Yeah.
Some of them bars, I
You
was like,
know,
hold
some of
up.
that sex was stinking though.
Oh my God,
Some of
yes.
that
I know it
Oh.
smells crazy.
Some of the
Okay, you
Yeah.
guys are so gross.
Nah, it's
So
facts. Like y'all are
Anyways.
sweaty.
They said a line like that in the movie.
It's fun. Yeah. Anyways,
I will-
don't spoil it.
No.
I won't spoil it. I will say that when I saw, the Asians working with the black people, you know what I mean? I thought of Trey. You know what I mean?
Why?
I thought that was dope. Yeah.
Why do you think of Drake?
You know what's so funny is that like my girlfriend was with me when we watched it. What was so funny, my girlfriend, we watched it, and like some of the lines that the Asians gave, my girlfriend looked and went, "That's not right." Like they butched that shit.
Oh, really?
Interesting.
See?
But there is history behind that though. About
Yeah.
like the Chinese
Especially,
in the South.
In the South, yeah, she gave me a whole deep dive on it too.
Oh, okay.
We were both frying chicken.
Okay, you know what?
We were. Cultural exchange.
Anyways,
Fact.
regardless, yeah, Ryan Coogler's a freak. And last thing I will say is someone tweeted that Sinners is for the eaters, and I won't explain why. And
That
watch it.
Yeah.
I think
Right?
that was fairly spoiler free. We didn't do too much.
Yeah, I think
in
we were
those-
all right. Ryan Coogler is a super munch.
Yeah.
If
Yo.
if those scenes were curated by his mind,
yo, they put too much angles in certain shit.
he's a freak.
I heard there's no nudity.
No,
there
which
is.
which is
So
even
it's
harder.
So it's
Which
a
is the
freak out
problem.
movie
It's
with no
even
nudity.
harder. Like literally, you didn't see no titty.
That's harder.
Yes, because to pull that much sex appeal and not even have to use any nudity.
True.
Because there was there was stuff happening.
Yeah.
But there was no
It was
nudity.
It was
artistically
not graphic.
erotic.
It was not porn.
No.
Yeah, it was
It was
very artistic.
and I love an artistic erotic scene.
Yeah, like-
I don't care for the nudity. Sometimes I get like even in movie, I'm like, oh, I don't want to see all that.
Yeah,
When it's
exactly.
like sexily done, is that word sexily? I don't know.
No.
But if it's like done in a sexy way,
Yes.
excellent.
Yeah, hell yeah.
10 out of
Take
10.
notes, Euphoria.
Yeah.
You need
Are
to
you
show
buying a
titties.
ticket? What are you looking at?
Well, as I was saying, there's a lot of Southern vernacular, and you should
yeah.
probably put on some Club Shay Shay if you want to get, just
Yeah.
learn about the Southern vernacular. But I just opened my phone and saw some crazy stuff about Shannon Sharpe.
All right.
Oh,
what did
yeah.
you see?
I just seen.
Well, let's give some backstory first.
Yeah. Well, I don't know. This story broke like late last night.
Last night or
Yeah.
yesterday?
Yeah, last night.
And I felt like I've been like
Monday night
busy
for those
with
listening.
work and just seen it on my timeline and haven't really like done research. But I just seen, so there's a woman that is suing
Shannon Sharpe for $50 million.
for $50 million.
For I think, correct me if I'm, was it like sexual battery or something like that? It's a whole bunch of like,
The R word.
oh yeah, yeah.
And I think from what I've seen, I just want to give my broken take of like how this came to me. I seen that Tony Busby is representing this woman,
yes,
who is the same lawyer that was representing the woman that accused Jay-Z, and that got
and also
thrown
the
out
same lawyer that is accusing Drewski and OBJ, tying in Drewski and OBJ.
Are you sure?
It's also Busby.
I don't know if that was Busby. I think Busby was the first Diddy case. Yeah, no, maybe.
I think I'm almost positive they amended that. The woman who put in Drewski and OBJ's name, I'm almost positive that's also Busby. I could be wrong, but I'm almost positive it is.
True. I don't want to go too off track, but this is kind of in relation to Tony Busby's reputation. But the way that Drewski's disproving his
receipts, I seen that.
His case, and it adds to like the validity of what Tony Busby does. But anyway, Megan, the lawyer or whatever, Megan Cuniff or whatever,
with the bob, Edna mode.
Megan with the bob. She posted receipts of where Drewski was at in 2018. She quoted it like he was broke as a joke in 2018 and in Georgia. So how could he do that in Cali?
Yeah.
But yo, people were looking at what he was buying and I was dying, yo. It was one day he spent $2 on gas money, right? It'd be like that. Sometimes times get tough. And then $13 on ice cream.
Oh, okay.
Oh my God.
That's gotta be fake. That's gotta be Fox sources.
It's in there.
Oh my
At Cold Storm Creamery.
They know the ice cream shop that Drewski was at.
Would they pull up his financial records to show where he was on that day?
That's insane.
$2.
Hey, but you gotta prove yourself, right?
Keep going.
$2 on line 2 and 13 on Yagendog, whatever. Like
Haagen-Dazs,
yeah.
Why did he do that though?
I don't know.
That's overweight.
Yeah, sometimes
That's big back for
people
real.
People have different
I
priorities.
mean, my car is about to crash and I have no gas, but there's a Cold Stone down the road.
Some people got vices.
I only have $15 and I know Cold Stone's running about 13.
Oh my God.
So let me put two pumps in this little.
to get to Cold Stone.
Yeah.
Oh
Let me
my
put two
God.
pumps of gas.
If I walk back, it's fine as long as I get my Haagen-Dazs.
You're fat as fuck.
And then if I walked from Cold Stone back home, I would have burned it off. Pick up my car in the morning. This is crazy.
You're not even big back. You're fat.
Dude,
That's
I won't lie, but
insane.
I've been there. Especially like when you're like a broke high school and you put like $5. But back then, $5 in gas used to be
You're in high
back
school.
then. But I'm saying that would get you at least home.
Yes.
Because back then gas was like what? 80 cents when we were in high school? So $5 gas.
Yeah,
Come on.
That's a good, you can get me a little somewhere.
Yeah.
Yeah, so yeah, you could feel them. You know what I mean? But,
Yeah.
You could relate.
But,
You weren't gonna spend like $2 on a Frosty or
No. If I needed to get home, I'm just spending the full 15 on the gas. I'm not getting $13.
But I can't judge people, you know.
That's
like if
hilarious,
if I understand people outside the LCBO asking for a beer or whatever, go ahead. You got your vices, so does
Yeah,
Drewski.
you gotta get
You're
started
such
today.
an idiot.
way off topic.
Anyways.
Keep
But yeah,
going.
let's get back to
Okay, let me just read the thing. So,
yeah,
Pro
get the
Football
official
Hall of
stuff.
Famer and media personality Shannon Sharpe. Oh my God, this word always people can call me stupid. Vehemently
Yes.
denies sexual assault and battery allegations filed in a lawsuit against him, alleging that he's a victim of a blatant setup and shakedown attempt. Sharpe has been accused of sexual assault and battery in addition to engaging in intentional infliction of emotional distress in a lawsuit filed in Clark County, Nevada on Sunday. According to the According to the suit obtained by USA Today Sports, the plaintiff listed under the alias Jane Doe alleged that Sharpe sexually assaulted her twice, once in October 2024 and again in January 2025. They met at Los Angeles Gym in 2023 when she was 19.
that's crazy.
Oh boy.
Yeah, and yeah.
One of the attorneys representing her is Tony Busby.
Yeah. So it's like regardless, like Shannon's wilding for even dealing with this 19-year-old OnlyFans girl.
Right.
You know?
Sharpe said he expects Busby to release a 30-second clip from a sex tape.
Whoa.
That got dropped already.
Lil Michelle?
Jesus.
No. This one he was choking her.
What?
Wait.
But in Shannon's defense, just so I could explain both sides, it was part of a longer audio clip where it was obvious that it was within
Consent.
consensual.
No, for
sex.
sure. But also, like, Shannon Sharpe is too old and also like too
famous.
unknown, like too old, too famous to be doing this shit.
Yeah, and then
We wouldn't care if this was private.
Do you
though.
see? I think the juiciest part of it
These texts that
is
just
the
came
text that Shannon Sharpe.
When you want to read some of them?
You have-
Well,
you have
I
those?
have some from the girl that are saying, I cried when you left because I begged you to put a condom on and not put it in my ass and you didn't listen.
Wait.
What the fuck?
Also, the girl showing those now.
and then she
Okay.
also said, I don't care what our history is. No means no, Shannon. And I think that's pretty.
Oh, Jesus
So
Christ.
these are texts that she just
Sorry.
posted.
Let
And
me
I
see
seen
what-
Ack post this like 8 minutes ago. So
Wow.
Okay, so sorry.
that's why I
These-
kind of stopped on the other topic.
Yeah.
Okay, the post says, yeah, but I cried when you left. Okay, yeah, you're right. Because I begged you to put a condom on and not to put it in my, booty. And you didn't listen. I don't care what our history. Yeah. So when was that sent though? This is also this is sent on 1/2/2025. That's January
so that's
2nd.
recently. Wow.
Well, she did say that one of the thing was January 2025.
Yeah, her premise is that it started as consensual and ended.
But my thing, yes, my thing, like to look at it objectively here, that is a thing. We could have had consensual sex in
Yeah.
the past.
For sure.
Right.
But I mean, if I tell you I don't want to do something and then you do it,
Right.
and that's the thing I think men get conflicted with. Oh, like we've had sex before, but if I tell you to put a condom on and you take it off without me knowing, that is assault.
Yeah, it is.
So that there are nuances to this.
That's always
right?
like, you can't do that and not tell people.
Yeah.
That's
So him
always
bringing
assault.
up these text messages with her saying, only if you put that baby gravy in me, then I can do whatever I want to me. I want to put my tongue in your a-hole and marry you. That's my daddy. I want you to put a big black baby in me.
Jesus.
You better
Christ.
crave it because you're going to be stuck with it for life after you put a big black baby in me. It's a big black baby twice, by the way.
She's
baby.
harping on
Big
that.
black baby.
I don't know. To me,
And
Shannon,
then just for more clarity, that was posted like a day ago.
yeah, Shannon Sharpe posted this yesterday.
Yeah.
And
He came out with a video,
she
right?
said, I know you missed this big juicy ass, 25K each cheek. Period.
Yeah.
You say period to that?
I don't know. That's kind of normal.
Yeah, you like that bar?
It's a white girl.
And then yeah, she's a white.
Is she white? Well,
white
I mean,
lit-
no black woman would say put a big black baby in me.
Yeah,
So
I
she
guess
must
so.
be not
She's
black.
Yeah.
She's a white Latina named Gabriella Zuniga.
Excuse me?
Yo.
Stop.
Why'd you say that?
Look it up.
But people are saying that they found her. I don't think they actually
Yeah,
did
well,
find her.
I need
No
to see
way.
the spelling of
No
this fucking
way.
name, bro.
It's Zuniga.
Yeah, that's what I said.
Gabriella Zuniga.
Zuniga.
You just said
Oh,
Asian.
it is.
All you did is say it Asian.
You're done. You need to stop saying that.
Gabrielle
Yeah.
Zuniga. Yeah, it is.
How would you say it?
Gabrielle Zuniga, yeah.
Why you said Asian?
I'm saying it the way it's spelled, nigga.
Why are you saying it Asian is funny? He did
You
say
need to stop
it. He did
saying
do
that.
that though.
Stop saying that.
It's Zuniga.
You're saying
People are like pulling up different pictures of these like young looking white girls saying that this is her, Gabby Zuniga, the 20-year-old who's suing Shannon Sharpe for $50 million after this is apparently her. I don't know.
I think it is. So Shannon Sharpe had a video. He had like a PSA.
Yeah. Did you watch it?
Yeah.
Okay, I didn't see. So wrap it up or sum it up. Sorry.
Yeah, no. So he's just defending himself against all this and said it's a shakedown because it's Tony Busby, kind of what you just quoted over there. But then also let it slip that, see, I know what you're doing, Carly from OnlyFans. So
I know what you're doing, Carly from OnlyFans.
yeah, her name on OnlyFans was Carly. So that's how people are now finding her picture.
Oh my god.
Oh,
That's so dumb.
Yeah.
oh, jeez.
And I hate bringing this up and referencing it but I do think it really matters contextually. Shannon Sharpe was kind of he's in a contract year, right?
Yeah, 100 million offers coming soon.
Yeah.
For Club Shay Shay,
Yeah.
To start a network.
Yeah.
with all due respect,
With all due respect, what?
Yeah, really?
He's one of the biggest interview platforms in the world.
Yeah.
I get it.
Independent of like just
black-
not
he's
a
black-
news
he's
network
Black
or
Rogan.
something.
No, I agree with Zoe. That doesn't make any sense.
What do you mean?
That doesn't make sense.
I
That
don't know.
Shannon Sharpe.
You're a podcast interview at best, and you get a network off of that.
How much did
Yeah.
Rogan get?
Pardon me?
120
Rogan
plus.
But I think Rogan
Travis
can.
Kelce's mom, guys, like $120 million podcast deal. What are we talking about?
That's also
insane.
Exactly. People are getting money.
Shannon Sharpe is a terrible interviewer.
Doesn't matter.
People watch his interviews and they're culturally relevant.
It doesn't matter. The name is what makes it better.
100 million.
Didn't Bill Simmons sell The Ringer for 150 mil?
Yeah. So it's not for Shannon. It looks like it was an investment into his network.
Yeah.
But so yeah, that was coming up. So the timing is a little tricky too.
That's like also Jennifer Hudson.
Because he offered her $10 million.
Jennifer Hudson has the most famous people on her show, and I've never seen a clip from her show.
Facts.
All I see is that damn hallway, the damn High School Musical hallway, and people dancing through it. But I've never seen a moment from a Jennifer Hudson actual show.
There's no viral interview clip.
I've seen Drew Barrymore. I've seen clips from The View. I've seen clips from Jimmy Kimmel. I've seen clips from Jimmy Fallon. I've never seen a clip from someone sitting on Jennifer Hudson's couch. I've only seen them walking through the happy hallway. The show must suck. Yeah, with all due respect. You know what I'm saying? The show must suck.
Yeah, it has to be pretty terrible.
That's a meeting I don't want to partake in, but you're probably...
someone said, Zoe, describe Jennifer Hudson's set right now, or I'll shoot you in the face. They're shooting me in the face. I don't know. All I would say is couch. Like, I don't know. I still see clips from Wendy Williams to this day. I've never seen a clip from Jennifer Hudson's show. She has every single celebrity on there, big or small.
Right.
Yet I've never seen a moment of them actually on the show.
That's a really good
Only
point,
doing this in the hallway.
Mucho, how are they singing the song for Zoe as she walks down the hall?
Oh, wow. Yeah, what are we singing for Zoe?
There isn't some big marquee song that has Relentless in the name. I've checked.
There isn't.
Yeah. No.
That's an off micer, he said. He said that's an off micer.
That's so fucking funny.
Wait. Where are we going?
Now we got to workshop that one. I don't know.
Yeah, but honestly, yeah. Okay, so anyways, yeah, Shannon Sharpe. Man.
Who's lying?
I mean, the fact that he even slept with this little girl, it's like, bro, one thing, like, why even do that?
Yeah.
I agree, yeah.
Why even do that?
Yeah, well, Monique was talking to him about that, right? A few months ago.
Oh, yeah, what did she, I don't remember.
And he left it off. It basically said, stop messing around with those young girls. Like, date people our age.
Like,
I think they're age mates.
Maybe not even 50. I get it. You're 54, but like, you couldn't find a Bernice Burgos is 45.
Yeah. He could have got her for 25 a cheek.
My I'm saying?
Bernice Burgos is 25 a cheek?
Facts.
No, I think she might be more, but.
What?
I think
All
so,
right.
too.
You catch her at the right night. You got it for 50, man.
Okay, I don't think Burgos be selling.
What? Come on, dog.
No way.
That's a high class escort though, but she's an escort.
How you're very sure of that, eh?
Yeah. Facts.
Why are you sure that she sells?
You okay?
No, I'm not. Okay, yeah, okay.
So
I'm thinking about it a little bit more, but
no, but like I'm saying though, like she's been a bottle girl for what, 20 years?
I don't know, maybe. I don't know her history. I really don't know her like that. I just know her as IG.
Maybe she pivoted from being a nurse. I don't know. But,
screaming.
But yeah.
What'd you say fuck me for?
Literally.
I don't know. I don't know her career history, but I assume. My bad, love you. But I assume that's been her profession for
my bad. You're insane. You're insane. Anyways,
for a couple decades, I'm sure she sold it a couple times.
Oh my God.
Maybe. Check on Lipstick Alley. Let's see what they think.
Hey, man.
Yeah.
Well, apparently.
So yeah. Are you like I'm gonna ask you a hot question. Are you like a believe all women type of girl when you see these situations?
I swear you have a bar about this.
Do I?
I think so.
What's the bar? What's the bar?
I don't want to misquote it.
Even repeat
I don't want to misquote it.
Oh, well, my thing is like, I
believe most women.
Yes.
Yeah.
I believe
you said
most.
something like, not every day believe all women sucks, because some of you bitches be lying. Like,
No,
you've said that before.
100%. There are women who've lied. I've known women who've lied. Or not known, but like not personally.
Yeah,
but
of course. Yeah.
I've been in close proximity of women who I've known have lied about stuff like that. You know what I mean? So
Facts, okay.
to me, it's always like, my eye will squint,
Right.
but I won't completely close them.
Right.
If that makes sense. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
what to me, I also believe where there's smoke, there's fire.
Yeah,
Yep.
there's
So, like,
definitely smoke here.
There's smoke here for sure.
Mm-hmm.
There's smoke here for sure. At the end of the day, like, why are you even in the position to be sleeping with a 20-year-old OnlyFans model?
Right.
But even if that is the like behavior he's indulging in, that doesn't necessarily equate to some of these accusations, right? He could just have these he could just be messing with these girls, you know?
Yeah.
That's also a scary reputation to have, though.
It is.
To
No,
be
it is.
54
To be with younger women, yeah, like that's problematic. But it
regardless-
isn't the same as like, some of these accusations, right?
Because now he's like, yeah, you had your little weird live sex sound thing, the Michelle. You had your grunting moment, okay.
You got through that, no problem.
You got through that, but like this is like,
This is shaky, yeah.
I don't know.
Like this looks more weird.
It does look more weird because he's not denying that he's never slept with this girl. That's part that's
The
throwing
text
me.
says no means no. That's how it
Regardless, he lost in the court of public opinion. Doesn't matter what
It's
happens.
been like less than 24 hours, so let's see how.
Nah, it doesn't matter what happens next. Like,
Yeah? You think it's it?
no,
Like,
I'm not saying that this case is gonna win. I'm saying he lost in the court of public opinion. His reputation,
already on his jacket.
His reputation is damaged forever now, because it is, because of the evidence that was presented. Even the stuff he confirmed to.
Right.
If you just stick to what Shannon Sharpe confirmed to, that's it.
Mm-hmm.
If you don't believe anything the woman says, which I think most of the time you should, but if you don't believe anything the woman says, you only go by what Shannon Sharpe is saying.
Right.
He was dating a 19-year-old OnlyFans girl when he was in his 50s.
Yeah, it's not.
You're
looking
wilding
good.
or sleeping with her, whatever.
Yeah.
You're wilding. Your reputation is taking a knock regardless of what happens next.
And Mucho's right, because if you just search Shannon Sharpe in the Twitter and you look at the top posts, people are saying like, now he's trying to pull like, oh, they're trying to take down a black man. But it's like, okay, now you want to pull the take down a black man.
Shannon Sharpe is
All
trying to buy NBC.
Were you thinking that when you were literally sleeping with a 19-year-old who was telling you to put a black baby, big black baby? Why is the black?
I don't know.
Why is the
I
black
don't
baby
know.
big?
Stop yelling at me.
Why is the black baby big?
I told you it doesn't make sense. I clocked it. He didn't clock it the first time. The first time I heard that, I thought the same thing.
Again.
Put a big black baby.
I know.
Why is
Yeah,
the black
why is
baby
it
big?
Yeah. Look at that.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So to me, it's like I also have
A problem.
a problem
With
just
race
even
play?
that. I don't do that race play bullshit.
No.
So when like black men or even black women, whoever, in this case black men because it's Shannon Sharpe, like if you still slept with her after, and why is it gravy when he's black? The baby gravy.
Oh, I didn't even know.
Why is it
Well, I
gravy?
think people
Baby
say
gravy is like it's a term for cum.
No, I know, but why is it gravy? I've never heard a white person say no baby gravy.
Say baby mashed potatoes. Like, what did they say? I don't
That's
know.
disgusting.
What did they say?
I don't know,
I
it's
don't know.
disgusting. It's really gross. But anyway, I'm just saying, like, I don't like, and like, but did you think that was a problem? Now you want to pull the black man term, but you wouldn't put a big black baby in her. That wasn't an issue, right?
that
To
is
be
problematic.
honest, it's a problem, but it's not an uncommon thing for interracial couples to do race play. type of
Interracial
stuff.
couples. She's a 19-year-old.
That's not. No. I'm not dismissing that.
He's saying in a vacuum.
In a
that,
vacuum
that,
sense.
That wouldn't be too crazy.
But
That is insane.
We're not in a
No.
vacuum.
I agree. It's insane, but it's not uncommon.
So people are
I hear you,
commenting
Jay.
so he posted the video of him talking to camera, right? The whole like, blah, blah, blah video. People are commenting a shakedown from a 21-year-old OnlyFans model he met 2 years ago when she was 19 and he was 54. Shannon Sharpe should be embarrassed and ashamed. Someone said, don't pull that black man shit when you letting white bitches say they want your big black babies. This is what you get. Someone else says, the same Shannon Sharpe won't be remembered for being one of the greatest tight ends ever. Just a freaky old nigga who loves LeBron James. Someone else said,
Holy
pushing
smokes.
60, shook down by 20-year-old OnlyFans ladies instead of being happily married and doing grandparent stuff. This is very sad.
So this is just you.
This is me just
Shannon
scrolling.
Sharpe.
Literally.
Yeah.
Shannon Sharpe is 50, almost 60, some years old, screwing a teenager. Men are disgusting. That's yuck. Is he not embarrassed? I really don't understand how these rich black men keep getting caught up with these OnlyFans women. Like, you have access to so many prospects. Why are you choosing these types of women? It's going on.
Yeah, prospects
That's
and
the
prostitutes.
last one I really wholeheartedly agree with.
Yeah, 56 fucking 21-year-old OnlyFans broad sounds like a sad life to live. SMH. Like, there's... Yeah.
They're going in on.
So how old is Shannon right now?
I think he's
54.
No, I think he's 50, 54, 56.
How young should Shannon Sharpe be able to go?
30s.
30s?
I would say, and even that, like, late 30s, I think.
Late
He's
30s.
56.
56?
So I would give him, like 30. Oh, that's 20 years? Yeah, 36.
36. Okay.
19 is disgustingly young.
Yeah.
Come on, even for
that's
you.
way too young.
If there's a 20-year age gap, I'm always gonna be like, that's kind of crazy, even if it's not.
Wait,
Like,
hold on. Go what?
What'd you say?
Go.
Even for
me, it's crazy.
What was that?
You're
Even
30.
for me, okay.
Like I'm saying,
All right.
you and your age mates, 19 is still gross.
Okay,
so if you're
facts.
54,
Hey,
19 is beyond disgusting.
Yes.
enough.
And he has children, grown children. Like I'd be so pissed if this was my dad.
That's younger than his youngest,
this
right?
even how old are his children?
I heard that
His children are
she's younger
grown.
than his youngest. Yeah.
She's younger than his youngest. There we go.
You're fucking someone that's younger than your children is disgusting.
He's 56, dog.
Yeah, he should go like 32.
No, that's
32
still.
should be.
32 is even still too young?
Give him 20 years, I'll give him 36.
All right.
36 is still prime.
There was a lot of discourse about age mates and older celebrities and the people.
You're
that
on a
they
roll today,
should-
point
Oh,
guard.
yeah. Great pivots.
I'm just saying, like, I don't know, there's a lot of talk about that, right? There was an interview recently with Miss Traci Ellis Ross, who was in a fantastic episode of Black Mirror, too. Did you watch?
I did watch Black Mirror. Great episode. Yes, we
Great
did.
episode. But,
Very scary to think about.
But in this interview, they were asking her about dating, and I feel like that's kind of like a thing with Traci Ellis Ross, that she's in her 50s and that she doesn't have a kid or isn't married. And she was speaking about how she feels grief because of that. And I think the point that everybody's kind of running with and has become headlines is that she was saying she doesn't feel like she could be with an older man.
Or a
and
man
that-
her age.
Or I think it was on Michelle Obama's podcast. They're talking about dating.
So
And they
random.
asked her why, like, because there's a notion of her being with younger guys, and she's kind of like, those older guys are kind of indoctrinated into this toxic masculinity, and there's like, I'm not quoting her, but like, you can't change them, and that's
Yeah.
kind of why I prefer the age range that I go in.
The younger ones are more progressive.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How old did she say she was going younger?
I don't think she did. She didn't put like a number.
And
or
I
age on
I
it.
found it interesting because I seen another article like in the same day, like on the same scroll by the New York Post, where they said Gen Z women are choosing older men now over guys their own age, and it's not because they're sugar daddies. And they were kind of
Gen Z women?
yes,
That's younger than us.
That younger women are going for older guys, not because of money. And they're saying this incel stuff, this, the red pill, the indoctrinated to toxic masculinity.
Okay, so the perfect age to be is to be in your 30s. So that way you can get them 25-year-olds and them 40 plus. Now you lit both ways.
He may have cooked. He may have cooked. I think he may have cooked.
Did you just run the cheat code?
Yo, nobody's running it better than young millennial men. If you do the math, nobody's doing it better.
All right.
Some,
All right.
well, there were
Damn.
he's
trying to cheat code.
Do the math.
there were some caveats into that conversation where people are kind of saying, well, black women, they look really good when they're older and stuff. Like you shouldn't be, and then Bernice Burgos, was kind of.
Oh, I like how you're combining all three. Okay.
Because I think it's irrelevant.
Yeah, it is.
Keep going.
Yeah.
And let me just try and find like the tweet that I'm referencing with this. But it was Bernice Burgos' birthday. She turned 45. And let me just read this tweet. Saw a tweet saying that there's 40-year-olds that look like this and men will still go for 20-year-olds. And all the niggas in the comments are saying, like the average 40-year-old woman doesn't even look like this. Yes, they do. Speaking for the black community, most still look great.
Okay,
I saw a lot of tweets going along with that narrative, not just word for word. I'm not trying to put this
There's a difference
person out.
between the women we see. There's a difference between the average woman we see and the average woman that exists.
Okay.
Okay, keep going.
that's a
Okay,
bar.
so-
Average
Keep
women, the average black woman that we see, they look really great for their age,
Yes.
40 plus. The average black woman that exists,
Not so great.
it's not like, don't get me wrong, black don't crack for sure.
Yeah.
But the average, not even the average woman that exists, 40 plus,
Yeah.
is not always looking great.
Right.
But they tried.
I even think the whole looking
I'm not
great.
even trying to be. I'm just
Yeah,
saying.
you're
we
being
get
real.
stuck in this realm of what we see on social is what represents the entire existence of
Right.
people. That's not true.
I also think looking great is like a really big subjective part about it because it's like, You can look great and still look your age. I think someone like Bernice Burgos, you could think is
No.
No. No, I think
Let him finish though. What are you saying?
I think that someone could think that she's way younger than she is. Like she
I
actually,
think she looks her age.
No, I'm saying that she doesn't look her age.
Oh, yeah.
And that's kind of why
She's a cheat code.
this isn't the same thing as somebody who's 45, 50. Because I think Traci Ellis Ross looks her age, but looks good for her age.
Yeah.
I see what you're saying.
I see what you mean. Yeah,
And I
for
feel
sure.
like this kind of gets conflated in the argument.
Would
Like-
you let? Oh, sorry, go ahead.
But what?
Would you let Traci Ellis Ross groom you?
It's not grooming.
That's not grooming.
You're an
bro. That's the
adult.
wrong
I would have
word.
to not know I'm getting.
the
And
wrong
what about
word.
if you're 25?
I think grooming you have to be underage.
Underage?
I think that's how it works. If I'm not
grooming is when you start
mistaken, you
from
can't
young.
groom a
I'm
30
fucking around. I know what it means. So, so would you go for that?
And that's fucked up. Would you let her be a predator towards you?
Yeah. Like, because
What is that?
Because you said the age difference is too big for Shannon Sharpe in that situation.
Yeah.
So would you let her cross those boundaries?
Well, they would really think that we're siblings now if they comment that I look like Evan Ross. You know,
Oh
You don't
Lord.
look Evan Ross, I don't think.
that's what people comment.
You got
that.
some Cuddy last night? Oh dear God.
Okay.
Oh my God.
But you did say that though, because she's the same age as Shannon, right?
She's 52.
She's 52, so 2 years younger.
4 years younger. He's 56.
Oh, I thought it was 54.
So
my bad.
so him at 29 and her at 52. Is that okay in your eyes?
Still pushing it a little bit.
Pushing it a little bit, okay?
I think it is pushing it a little bit, but I don't know. Let
52 and 29.
Yeah. Well, forget
Yeah.
the Evan Ross stuff. Would you let that happen?
I mean, he's a grown man still. I would just be like, Clyde, you're crazy. And like, she's crazy.
You would say he's crazy for doing
yeah,
that?
like
Really?
you're crazy
Why-
and she's crazy.
Not
Why would you
seriously.
Why would you think
Not
he's
seriously?
crazy?
What about if they both want to settle down?
I struggle to think how I could get there.
How would you settle down with Traci Ellis Ross?
This is what I'm struggling with right now.
Literally.
How would I settle? Yeah, like that's like even the level of celebrity, like for her, is kind of crazy. Like your life is gonna be.
But
all
my
of that.
thing is her take on her dating younger men and why, and because men in her age, as her age mates, have that toxic masculinity or whatever. I kind of see it.
with older men.
Kind of see what she means because like I said, Traci Ellis Ross, and this is just me from the outside looking in. Right. She looks like a woman who's very sure of herself. You know what I mean? She has a very strong career. Her mother is an icon, legend. She comes from I think a strong family unit. You know, she's very, like I said, she has a name for it. She's Traci Ellis fucking Ross. You know what I mean? She has a name for herself. She's very strong. And so she's always been like this very strong, whether independent, you want to call it independent or whatever, this woman who just like stands in her own greatness. As a single entity. She's never really had someone always, like anyone, I can't remember anyone who's been like tied to her.
Yeah, me,
You know what I'm
me
saying?
neither.
Like,
Yeah,
relationship.
yeah.
So I feel like a lot of men who are her age mates, that might like that's a hard pill for them to swallow.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? They might have that notion of, oh, I gotta be this or I gotta be that. Or
They don't
they're
want to
gonna
play
try
the tambourine.
Yeah, they're trying to dim her light or something like that. So I can kind of see that based on younger men. They'd be cool. Like, yo, hold it down. You're Traci Ellis Ross.
She could wear the pants with me.
Yeah, hold it down. Like own your shit. And I think that
That isn't the problem. That isn't even
That's not
the
even
issue.
the problem.
That's
Yeah.
not even the. It's just the
What? Okay,
celebrity.
Trey. What about you? Because you're younger than us. You're
I'm
20.
not answering that.
You're not entering that.
I'm not answering
Oh.
that.
You tried to make it so much worse.
Yeah, what
No, my bad. I actually didn't hear you.
All right, yeah.
So
Okay.
you're not answering that. What?
No, I'm okay. Just
If you're single, I don't know. Like, would
if I was single,
No,
No,
if you were
no,
dating.
no,
of course,
no.
if you were single.
Y'all are mean. Yo, let him dance.
no, yeah. I'll let you go.
she's too old. She's too old.
She's too old. Okay, there
She's
you
too
go.
old.
We're not lying.
That's good. Have your boundaries. That's good, man.
Diplomatic.
Yeah. I think, so I kind of see what she means because, like, this is the thing, right? I'm not saying I relate to Traci Ellis Ross, but when you are a woman who is like very sure of themselves, you're in a really good place in your life, whether you have a good career or you have a name for yourself, you have a strong network, you can date, but you have a high risk of your partner becoming your biggest hater. And I don't know if you guys watch, there's a show called Summer House, part of my reality TV, trash reality TV, like rotation.
Your vices.
And yes. In Summer House, there's this girl named Paige. And she's been dating this guy for a long time. And this year, I think she just turned 30 or maybe 31. And she started a podcast with one of her friends and it blew up. And she's going like a 60-city tour. Like once in a lifetime thing, like a 60-city tour across the US for her podcast with her best friend.
Yeah.
And her man is like kind of being a hater. He's like, you know, like, oh, like, I want to make sure I'm a priority and like, you're always busy. And like, I get it, but it's kind of like, A lot of men can't handle that switch.
Yeah.
And I think he's a bit older, so that kind of plays in Traci Ellis' thing. He's older, right? So he's in that era of, well, I need to be the breadwinner. And she's like, I'm the breadwinner right now, though. You know what I'm saying? Like, she has a crazy podcast deal. She's on this show. She's making the most money right now.
I could see how for older men that would be a harder thing to buy into.
But I think sometimes it's for a lot of men, period.
Yeah, I'd say so too. Yeah.
Like, a lot of men can't handle the fact that times have changed and women are becoming like the breadwinners of their household.
Yeah.
Right.
Like, I work with women to this day who I'm sure are probably the breadwinners of their household. There are women who are like SVPs, EVPs in my company who I don't know how much they make, but I'm sure they're making a shit ton of money.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Where they work crazy hours, but like, I'm sure that they're the breadwinners of their household, but they're married with kids. I don't know what their husbands do, but I'm just saying the CEO of my company is a woman. So
I'm one of those people.
it's like, yeah. What do you say, sorry?
No, I'm one of those people. Like sometimes, like because my girl, she does like gigs and stuff. Her paychecks sometimes become bigger than mine on some months.
Yeah.
So sometimes like we compare and like we do budgeting and we're like, oh, like you have some spending money versus me. Sometimes like clients don't pay on time or sometimes like it's a slow month.
Yeah.
So it was like an adjustment period where I have to understand like, okay, she makes more money and I have to be okay with that.
Right.
And I have to be okay with like, she's not going to put it in my face and she's not going to remind me. It's just like, it is what it is.
Right.
And I just have to be okay with that. And I understand there are some men who will never, ever be okay with it.
But do you think if that continues to get stronger, like she starts to make a lot more money,
right, will
that ever like flip a switch and you're like, all right?
No, because we've discussed the details of how that would work realistically because of our career choices. So I had to come with myself. Am I going to be okay with it?
Yeah.
And at first I wasn't. I'm going to be straight up. I wasn't okay with it. It was like an ego thing. I was not okay with it, but then I had to sit down and realize like who my partner is and who I'm going to settle down with. And I realized like, okay, I can handle this. I'll be fine with it.
Male ego is one hell of a thing, y'all.
It sucks.
It is, but that's very healthy how you manage it.
Yeah, that's great.
Some of men's biggest downfalls is because of their ego.
Yeah.
You could even say
Y'all
the downfall.
say stupid things, y'all front, y'all just, it's like,
We
bro,
lie.
A lot of
lie your asses off.
I mean, a lot of the bad things that happen ever are male
lied to
wars and
yourselves,
stuff.
you lied to others, you lied to people you care about, you hurt people you care about just because your egos are so fragile that you can't just admit to something.
Yeah.
Zoe.
The male ego, it pushes you, but it hurts you too. Because, you know, men are like probably more competitive on average than women. You know what I mean? So, yeah, man, it's good and bad. You just got to rein it in.
You've spoke about like, you know, having women that like would be on the show as like full-time people or something like that. And you described like the difference between working, like how men are like, yeah, let's do this. Like, you know, and you're saying that like, I think that's something that the male ego lends to that could be a bit of a positive thing.
That's fair.
Because we're in an era right now where, you know, male ego and just toxic masculinity is kind of seems to be spliced into every conversation. And I think it almost like having the conversation and people hearing it so much, like they're not grasping anything. I feel like a lot of time, and it almost pushes them further on that side too.
Yeah. But if this podcast ever, like, I mean, we're pretty big now, but if ever blew up like to the masses of like, say, like Call Her Daddy.
Like a tour.
And I was the forefront.
Yeah.
Would that bother you guys?
No.
Not at all.
This is
That's like why I really like doing this
It's
podcast.
really like your name on The Office.
Yeah.
Like,
I played my part here. This is you.
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying? Like,
But that would bother a lot of men.
Yeah.
yeah,
true.
it would.
And that's kind of the thing where people kind of stop us on the street or something, and they'll be like, "You let that Zoe girl talk to you like that? Yo, let me come on there. I'ma really put her in her place on
like,
this."
shut up.
You know,
No, you're
like
not.
you wouldn't do well on like by episode 8. You'd be quitting. You know,
You'll quit.
yeah. No, not at all. It's one of my favorite parts about this show.
That's good.
And I think like people forget Zoe's an amazing boss all around. Like
Oh, thanks.
communicative, understanding, and actually knows how to do shit
little
on
sassy.
time.
A little bitchy sometimes.
You know what
Yeah,
I'm
you
saying?
can be
Like-
sassy
and also,
sometimes.
don't
I
coming
thought
up
you were
here.
gonna call me a bitch. I mean,
You could be a little sassy sometimes.
I didn't do that, but
yeah, you be a bit sassy. Yeah,
my lips did not.
it's okay. I'm kidding. I know you didn't.
We're picking up Zoe. All of a sudden, I was going.
Shout out to women though, you know?
Yeah, shout out to women leaders.
Man.
Yeah, I think as I continue to unpack like my relationship fears, I think that is one big one. I'm scared of like finding out my man's my hater.
Yeah.
Like
And
that would be insane to me.
It's probably going to be something you're going to have to grab. You're, front facing. You made your job, your career, and everything like that. This is a reality that you could embark on.
What's that DJ Khaled, suffering from success?
Yeah, man.
But I would hate
It's
that.
tough being so.
But I would hate that. Like I said, my man, I don't have any like major threshold of what I want my partner to be or what I want their career to be, how much I want them to make. I don't really have that.
Yeah.
But it's like I would just hate for even if my man was rich,
Right.
I would hate that he would become my hater because I'm getting rich too. You know what I'm saying?
That's like a
Right.
character flaw, though. That's not even like,
I'd rather date a guy who like makes less than me, or is really like he's secure in his career, whatever he wants or whatever that is, and just like supports whatever I do and vice versa, than him like resenting me. Like I said, that can come from a man who makes less or a man who makes more.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. Like, it's a character flaw. So if he did make more than you, eventually you're going to find that behavior somewhere else.
Yeah.
In your
Or just
relationship.
scared of the network I have or the people I know or like, it's crazy.
But I think with you, it's a very complicated situation because you're a strong personality and you're a business owner. So your standards are going to be in a, not high, but they're kind of be like in a really big expectation.
In a character way, my standards are
In a
high.
character way, yes.
Yeah,
yes.
and for when it comes to character, my standards are high. But when it comes to like how much you make and what do you do, I don't think my standards are. But obviously, I want you to have a job. I want you to have aspirations. I want you to have something for yourself.
Right.
But I don't really have like, he has to do this, this, and this, and he has to be an entrepreneur, or he has to be a CEO, or
Right.
like that doesn't exist in my brain.
you don't care about that.
Yeah.
You care more about the
But what
character.
type of person you are, my standards are very high.
Right.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's how it should be.
Do you consider that in your day-to-day life when you interact with the men that you want to pursue?
100%. 100%. 110%.
Intentionality.
Yeah. Like what? I'm not
I
gonna
know
end up
that's
with no
right.
hating ass nigga. Are you crazy? Hell no. All right, let's move on. What else do we have? Where are we right now?
We're almost there.
Johnny.
You got to
Yo, this podcast, we just be flying, dog.
Yeah.
Wanna do
Holy.
Relentless?
I don't know if we want to do Relentless. We got through most of our topics. What is the topic or comment that you had that you didn't want to say off air and say on air?
Oh, yeah. We're just talking about the movie and the thing about the Asians. That's it. And me thinking about Trey.
Oh my God. Anyways, and also
Wait, that's what you were before
I
off my.
saved it.
Okay.
You're
okay.
so
Look at me, I was like, oh shit.
also
You made that. You turned that into offense, though. Okay. Yeah. Good ball movement. All
yeah.
right.
And also, we will be in Jamaica, but the Canadian federal election is happening.
Go
Oh,
vote
yes.
28th.
Election day is April 28th. If you are over the age of 8, or if you're 18 and over, please go vote in your federal election. Do not pull no bullshit like y'all did with the fucking provincial election.
Yes.
Do your research, not Pierre. Thank you. Please go vote. This is a very, very, very important election.
Yeah, no jokes.
Facts.
For real. Actually.
But
wow.
apparently, we've had a really strong voter turnout already.
Yeah.
Even I went and voted because I wasn't gonna be
famously
here.
high.
Yeah, I think
Yeah.
are we over 3 million Canadians already voted? I think or 4.
Something like
I
that.
don't recall the exact number, but it's the most in like decades.
Yeah.
Yeah.
For
so
advanced polling.
on the news.
I
like the
really
I
most-
see
hope-
people posting at the
Yeah.
kiosks and everything. I see a lot of that.
Please
So
vote.
Do your research. Do what you have to do.
Yeah, please vote.
do your chat GPTs.
Did you do your research before you voted?
Yeah, and like I kind of already.
Yeah. I don't want to get into the reasons, but like you did your research and you narrowed down like who you support and who you don't.
For sure. Well, I'm not gonna vote for the man who said the N-word instead of Niger. So
That was a Freudian slip, right?
Quick sell.
Yeah.
Pretty good.
so
yeah.
I mean,
Yeah. I feel
yeah. And do your research. That's a big one.
Hmm.
Okay. I mean, do we want to talk about Kanye?
This is a pretty sad
So
topic.
you haven't heard about Kanye?
No, I have no idea what's going on with Kanye.
Wow.
I tried, guys.
Here we
You
go.
guys understand? I'm a major Kanye fan. Kanye is my goat, so I try not to look at things when it comes to Kanye.
This
when you
is
say
this is a trajectory changer. This is you're gonna
You're gonna see
rethink
this
everything.
as a-
You're gonna
You said
rethink
the
everything
goat?
you think about him.
Careful when you say that.
Not
now.
even necessarily like fuck him or something like that. You're just gonna be
You're
like,
gonna learn a lot about
Yeah.
you're gonna learn a lot about what Kanye's been going through
yeah,
Okay.
absolutely. Read the full tweet.
with
All
this
right,
one.
go
Okay,
ahead.
there we go.
Yeah,
All right.
this is Mucho reading
all right.
Kanye's tweet.
This song is called Cousin, about my cousin that's locked in jail for life for killing a pregnant lady a few years after I told him we wouldn't look at dirty magazines together anymore. Perhaps in my self-centered mess, I felt it was my fault that I showed him those dirty magazines when he was 6, and then we acted out what we saw. My dad had Playboy magazines, but the magazines I found in the top of my mom's closet were different. My name is Ye, and I S'd my cousin's D till I was 14.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Then he dropped the song.
Where he
was
and there's lyrics in the song where he
Talking
like
about-
Yeah, where he
he
just-
that's the refrain where he talks about doing
Yeah.
that to his cousin. Yeah.
yeah.
It was something.
Sorry.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Dropped that yesterday.
Let's just take a moment of silence for Zoe to digest this.
Well, remember we were talking about the YG song the other day.
Right. So
And
is that? I don't want to. So what's the?
he was technically, I guess, like abusing his cousin.
He was abusing his cousin, or his cousin was abusing.
It could be either.
Cousin was younger.
I think it was.
Oh, his
both
cousin was
ways.
younger.
Was he?
Actually, I don't. You can't
No, he didn't say
exactly
it.
derive that from the.
He didn't say.
Can I read it? Sorry.
Yeah.
He goes on in other tweets, kind of stating about how there was a family gathering they had at Kylie's house once, and there was a bunch of Playboy magazines in arm's reach of the kids, and he was kind of saying how that's like a big thing for him.
But that, yeah, it still doesn't tell you the age. Of,
No. I think. Actually, let's.
It could be.
I'm gonna let Zoe
it looks
digest a
like
little
some
bit
weird,
first.
like mutual abuse thing that was happening.
Yeah, I don't know if it's to say that
we
Kanye was
don't-
the abuser or whatever, but
But
I-
even when you listen to the song, there's no timeline that's specified, right?
no, I haven't listened to the full
So is this-
entirety song.
I couldn't listen to the song.
No,
Yeah,
I only heard that little part and was
And
like,
then that was
okay,
enough.
I'm
yeah.
like, yeah, this is too heavy.
But I think I'm someone who loves Kanye West, his music, his artistry, and just especially the first half of his career there. I think something that you notice about Kanye, if you really dissect him, he was a corn addict.
Yeah,
You know?
Yes.
From very early, he was even doing interviews like College Dropout days, talking about how he would watch it 4 times a day. There's the whole "I love it" era, you know. And then if you think about his religious era, where he was, it seemed like a lot of him, you know, Jesus is King and all that was him denouncing
His past.
yeah, denouncing his past, denouncing sexual, you know, themes in his music and cursing and everything. And you think about his wife, his ex-wife, you know, and you think about all these different elements in like,
And Amber Rose before that.
yeah, like
Yeah.
he has an affinity for these types of things where he just can't really leave
And
it alone, right?
Both his ex-wives.
Yeah. Oh shit.
Amber Rose,
yeah.
No, Bianca and Kim.
Oh, right. He didn't marry
Because look
Amber
at the way
Rose.
he like
Yeah, he
heavily
dresses her,
sexualized and dressed her.
Yeah, so I think it's
God.
you know, albums called My Beautiful Dark Twisted Fate, songs like Hell of a Life, you know, when you start thinking about, you know, the way that Kanye's expressed himself about sexuality and everything like that, it kind of puts some things together in not a great, you know, way that makes you feel good, but it does give you insight into understanding that, like a guy that was so making songs like I Love It, you know?
I'm all for people having outlets, but do you think this song should have been made in this manner?
To me, this is like it's disturbing to see, but
Yeah.
he's just
Shocking.
explaining stuff about his life. It's the least shocking thing he's done compared to like the Adolf Hitler stuff and like you
But
know.
he has the kids, man. Like,
This
But no, to me, it's like if this is just mutual abuse and it's not him being the abuser. If it's that, then it's like it's his story to tell.
I know, but it's just
He probably feels freer, like, right?
it's
Or-
hard that you're like to know that your dad went through that. That would be like, you know,
Oh yeah,
a
true,
tough pill to swallow.
true.
You know,
Yeah,
That's-
but he shouldn't be like if that's the case. If it's just mutual abuse, then he shouldn't be ashamed to share it. You know what I mean?
well, it's not really mutual.
not-
It's not mutual abuse. It's called like, is it child on child, something like that?
I
Yeah,
don't
not
know.
to get too
Child
I'm
on
not
child.
gonna pretend.
Actually, no, I did hear about child on child. Yeah,
Yeah,
whatever.
yeah, which
Okay,
is
let me
like,
look it
yeah.
up before we get in trouble. Actually.
No,
No,
I think
that's what it's
she's
CO.
right,
It's called
yeah.
COC. You can
COC?
look it
Okay,
up.
okay.
I'm pretty sure it's called COC, but we won't.
Yeah, so that's his story to tell. Like
There were some people
it adds
even.
color to his erratic behavior too. But sorry, go on.
Well, it just gives context to this very eccentric, crazy guy, right?
Yeah,
I say crazy just like in his antics and everything like that. Like I'm not
Like, do you think 1 + 1 = 2 now?
it just
more
adds,
numbers,
It adds more context.
more
man.
numbers. I wouldn't just say 1 and 1.
Also, people are saying, I don't mean to make light of this, but people are saying that's why he got so mad when South Park called him a gay fish.
Huh?
Yeah.
South Park called him a gay fish in 2008 in his 808s and Heartbreak era.
Yeah.
It was like a parody of Love Lockdown.
Right.
I forgot how it
Yeah.
goes.
I remember that episode and it being like a big thing.
That's dark.
Also, you think about him as a fashion designer, right? Like some of the looks that he was able to usher in that, you know, like Kanye, the pink polo and everything, right?
Yeah,
like he was able to reshape masculine, right?
Yeah, no, you're right.
No, he was doing like, don't you think that kind of adds to all the story?
Yeah.
What do you mean? What do you
Because he was
mean?
more
Sorry,
feminine?
not the story, but just like the stereotype about gay men in fashion, and not putting it on him that he's like a gay man, but I'm just saying Kanye's interest in what he was good at.
It was, what's the word?
It's not one and one.
It
but
might
like,
be a manifestation of some vulnerability.
Right.
Yeah,
Perhaps.
Yeah.
You know.
People definitely labeled him as like Metro.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Zoe, as a Kanye fan, does this change not how you view him, but kind of like more of an understanding?
I don't know if it's more of an understanding, but it's kind of like, I feel like Kanye's just a deeply traumatized person.
Right.
And this is kind of just another layer, unfortunately, that has come out in that. But I've been saying that like that man has probably so much trauma that has been unpacked for so long. And I think his mom dying just like completely flipped it over the edge.
Mm-hmm.
Do you think it's dangerous for someone with these problems to be in the public eye so much?
Yes, absolutely.
I think that's the
110%,
most dangerous thing about Kanye.
Yeah.
We've never seen a nigga this rich and this mentally ill.
Yes.
Wow. You might be right.
It's never happened
You might
before.
be right.
There's never been
Wow.
someone this good at what he does and renowned at what he does, and this
Yeah.
mentally ill and this much money. That's never happened before.
Shia LaBeouf is a close second. But
He was never a billionaire.
Yeah,
that's true. Yeah.
And honestly, well, did you see what Damon Wayans said about? Was Damon Wayans on Club Shay Shay?
He did a big interview saying a lot of things.
Where he talked about Kanye and he was like how he doesn't blame Kanye because he compared Kanye to like a homeless man. And he was like, when you see a homeless man in the street like yelling obscenities and things like that, you don't blame him. You know that he's sick.
Right.
Yeah.
He's like, and that's how he looks at Kanye. He's like, he loves him, but he's like, you kind of don't take what he's saying
Seriously.
literally because it's like he's sick.
Mm-hmm.
What do you do if you're Kim?
I don't know.
Such a tough
I don't know.
position to be in.
Because he's talking about his kids right now. Like
Yeah,
that's
he's
it's just like I
campaigning
just
for his
need to
kids,
see
yeah.
my I need to be able to raise my kids. Like I need to be able to have access to my kids. He said he hasn't seen one of them this year.
But
so.
should you have access?
Which one?
Saint.
I guess it doesn't matter.
He hasn't seen Saint all year.
Should you have access?
That's
to your
kind of
kids?
messed up.
Huh?
Should you have access to your kids if you're like this though?
Yes and no.
Man, if I'm Kim, I'm not letting him see the kids.
I mean, personally, I wouldn't let my partner see my kids if they're like this, especially in the public eye.
Not right now.
That you're doing it
Yes
this freely.
and no. And it's also what's the middle ground? Do you have like supervised visits?
Yeah, supervised, not alone.
Kanye not letting that happen.
Exactly.
That's kind of what he's saying. He's like, I get these supervised visits, but I'm not seeing my kid. Like it's not
also gets
real.
them
Like
like
it's
that.
not.
Like you're not spending time with them.
I don't. Yeah, like that's kind of how he's described it. I don't know if that's recent or anything, but
and it's crazy because if you give him a like an ultimatum, like stop tweeting for a month, and then you'll be able to see them or something, or at least apologize for some of the stuff that you say, or go get treatment, or I don't know. If you give him some type of ultimatum, then he's just gonna blame it on Jewish lawyers.
Yeah.
Oh, jeez.
Like,
Yeah.
it feels like there's no saving him right now.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I don't know how you handle that if you're his loved ones.
Which is
It's
scary,
a dark
scary
place to be
thought
in.
because it seems like the more he gets older, the worse it gets.
Yeah. Yeah, it's not. He's not in a good place. And you're right, it is hard because what do you do if you are Kim? Because you want to protect your kids, right?
Yeah.
And you know that this
Yeah.
person is sick, but you also know this person wants to see their kids, but it's like, do you trust to have your kids alone with this person? Not.
But even the
Really?
kids themselves too, like they have to.
But also the kids are old enough. Like, do the kids even want to be around their dad?
From last we seen, Kanye has said some crazy stuff, but North still looks up to him.
Mm.
Right? And this is maybe a month or two ago. Maybe a few months ago, I seen. North was about to, she was singing on Bully or something?
Something
he made like a
recently.
music video or
Yeah.
something. It was AI though.
Yeah.
Well, shout out to Kanye. Hope you get better, dog.
Yeah, I was gonna say, this is a dark way to end
Pray
the
for Ye.
episode. But-
Well,
Do you want to end it?
yeah,
like that?
we can end on Dear
Let's end it
Relentless.
on a higher note.
Yeah.
Okay, do you want to do some Dear Relentless? Okay, we'll do like
Do
one.
you? Because you gotta go.
Nah,
That's all right.
She's good, yeah.
Yeah. Okay, let's do some Dear Relentless. Oh gosh, which I haven't even read any of them yet. Okay, let's do. Okay, this is a long one because people are still sending me real relentless diary entries, but it's fine.
Yeah.
I'll just read it through.
We love it. We love it.
We do.
Okay, dear Relentless, Mon Clown friend. Hey, y'all. Just wanted to say I'm a huge fan of the podcast and I look forward to your episodes weekly. I have a little dilemma and I want to try and keep it short, but there's just a lot going on. I have a best friend who has the tendency to get overconsumed by these weird men. However, it has gone a little far. For reference, she met this guy while we were out clubbing and they hit it off. However, as she started to get to know him, the red flags were there. She's in her early 20s and he's almost 30. And he has a daughter from a previous relationship. And from what I heard, he's not around as much. He's still in his wannabe hoodman phase and doesn't really work a proper job and has been in and out of jail. However, they've been together, in quotations, for a few months now, and she's deeply in love with him despite him constantly being with other women. Jesus. I've been so vocal in voicing my opinion and telling her I'm not fond of this relationship and she needs to leave him. But he was upset when he heard that and has resulted in saying some hurtful and outrageous things towards me, and she didn't really stick up for me. He's also had other instances of him being disrespectful to our other friends, and most of them have cut her off as a result of that. I'm just conflicted because despite everything going on right now, she's been a very good friend and has shown up for me countless times before this. However, I do not tolerate disrespect and I've had to distance myself. I'm not sure if I should have a conversation and let her know how I need to distance myself, or does this warrant a cutoff? I also feel bad because I know leaving her alone with this man is just going to cause further self-destruction because he has already manipulated her into thinking she doesn't need anyone but him. For more context, she's also talked about marrying this man and having his kids as well. Oh, Lord.
Oh, okay.
What would you do?
Well, like,
Yeah, for real.
What?
She said that that she was like a good friend and like a solid person before meeting this guy. I think if that is the case, then you as a good friend would owe it to them to have the conversation with them.
Agreed.
And maybe even an aggressive one. Like, look, you're losing all your friends and everything. I care about you, and this isn't you, or something along those lines.
This isn't you. Yeah.
If you know that, like, it sounds like she knows this to be kind of like a weird behavior that she's indulging in.
You got to have the Destiny's Child girl conversation.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, I brought this up multiple times.
Yeah.
That's a great song with a great message behind it because sometimes you got to have those conversations with your friends.
It
Put the
sounds
song on first.
No, we're not putting the song out first, but like, hey, take a minute, girl, come sit down.
It sounds like you have.
Been happening.
It sounds like you have a friend that's like an addict or something, you know? Like they just keep indulging in this thing that's ruining their life and making you not want to be around them. It's like, okay, well, try and force them to go cold turkey. I don't know. Like, dude, have an intervention.
Yeah, I would say like I said, if they've been a good friend to you, I think you'd at least have the conversation, have the Destiny's Child girl. And if it doesn't really change from there, then I would look into distance. Maybe not extreme cutoff, but distance yourself more and more and more until... So now people got to fall on their face to, get the hint. So
love from a distance.
Yeah.
What about if she breaks up with dude, comes back to OP? Would you be and you're her, let's say, right? You're in her shoes. Would you be the type to be like, I told you so?
No.
Nah, you don't hit them with that. I told you.
But were you? Wait, hold on. How did it? Like, were you disrespectful to me though, or was it more just like,
you did the intervention. She's like, I think I'm good. Stays with dude. 6 months later, breaks up with him. Comes back crawling.
Yeah, don't do it again though.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Like I'm not gonna be your yo-yo friend.
Yeah.
So yeah, like literally don't do it again.
Yeah,
that's right.
But I could forgive the first instance. Some people are like heavy mon clowns.
Yeah, can't be.
So if it happens once, all right. But I'm not gonna listen. Like that pattern, like that was a one time. Like if you do that again, like there's no
forgiveness.
Yeah.
No, 100. Yeah.
Cool.
Give space.
I mean,
Love from a distance.
Yeah. I mean, we can wrap it up now. I don't know if there's.
We got one more.
There's no one calling out Mucho again? Fuck, man. So there's no one calling out Mucho again? Fuck.
Okay, here we go. Let's do one more. Okay, dear Relentless, travel buddies. Hi guys, this might be a little self-explanatory, but how do I tell my friend that I don't want to travel with her anymore? It's a combination of two things, her behavior and my finances. So to start off, I'm a university student and I work part-time. I don't have that much income to dispose, and I do have a bit of credit card debt. I don't feel comfortable leaving the country if I have a debt, and if I don't feel comfortable leaving the country if I have a debt, and if I don't have at least an extra $2,000 to $3,000 to spend. What? because of emergencies. She travels pretty frequently, but her mom pays for her trips. Another thing is her behavior/mood is very unpredictable. I remember one time we had just left the club. It was 4 a.m. and she realized that she had forgotten her vape. She started crashing out and I told her it was just a vape. Was it that serious? I could buy her a new one. She refused because she said the vape was expensive, like $40, and she wanted to go back to the club. Because she was so drunk, I called another Uber from her house to go back to the club to look for her vape. You have to understand, she was drunk as fuck and hysterically crying and screaming that she lost her vape. That situation has rubbed me the wrong way ever since because I could not understand going back to the club for a vape. If it was a wallet or her keys, I would understand, but for a vape, I found it so idiotic. So to keep giving the excuse of I have school or I have work or my finances are not where I wanted to be to travel, she just keeps offering to pay for me, which I don't feel comfortable with a friend and paying for my whole entire trip. And I despise owing people money / getting money involved with friendships because I just feel like it's a make or break situation. That's true. Should I just keep giving excuses? And I'm not opposed to traveling with anyone else. It's just with her, I feel like she's too unpredictable. Oh, P.S. Do not post this as a clip. I don't want it to end up on her feed, LOL.
Oh, I love that. That's hilarious.
I love that. Okay, I got
She
you.
said she listens too, eh?
I got you. No clip.
Yeah.
Yeah, chill, Trey.
Yo, I won't lie. Sometimes, like, you learn about your friends or people that you hang out with the hard way. And sometimes when it comes to traveling, you gotta kind of have a hard line. Like, there's some people that I won't travel with. Like, it's not happening. Some
Made
people
the cut.
some people, yeah, we'll see if it happens after. Some people that I won't travel with, some people that I don't like even like going out with sometimes. You know what I mean? There's people have different vibes for different settings. She wouldn't see me again after that shit. Not in a club setting. Like, if you like, there's no way you're freaking out. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like that, I don't know. We wouldn't go out. Maybe not ever again, but we wouldn't go out for a minute after that one.
Yeah.
I think
I've seen Zoe draw that line.
I draw that line quick.
Yeah, I've seen her draw.
Yo,
that line.
if you prove to me that you can't come out,
Yeah.
yeah, that shit's dead.
Actually, you go.
Me, I mean, shit. This is pretty cut and dry with me. I wouldn't travel with her. Definitely wouldn't travel with her. Might go out with her later down the road.
I think the fact that she's offering to pay for her trips is indicative of like this girl just knows how problematic her behavior is and is just like knows what she has to do to get people to get along with her, you know? It's like you're paying for people to come with you. Like, I don't know.
Yeah.
Seems like you're the problem. Like, you know what you have to do. Like, I don't know.
Because honestly,
you shouldn't have to pay for someone to want to come with you, you
Right.
know?
if my dog like really wanted us to go to like the Maldives or something, and I'm like, yo, I can't spend $10K right now. And he's super up, and he's like, I got you. I'm going.
But you're yeah.
Even if they're weirdo crash out,
No,
like,
that's
your
the
best
thing.
friend is
okay,
he's
so
a
that's-
Dustin though when he gets drunk. You know?
No.
He turns into a different person. Demons come out and everything when he drinks. Like, but he's offering a $10K vacation for you. And you guys, he just embarrassed you in front of all the girls the last time that you went out. $10K for the Maldives. Like, no.
he scared the hoes.
Yeah.
See
The women.
Sorry.
Now you can say scaring the hoes.
Don't be misogynistic, Zoe.
Sorry.
Shit.
My fault.
Yeah, but even the fact that with that situation, she didn't want to go for free. That tells you what you want to know.
Yes.
Yep.
Like
that was
it literally just clicked in her own mind.
Yeah.
If vacation's not worth it, then it already says we need to know.
Yeah. And to answer your question, maybe just be honest with her in a light way. I'm a firm believer that you can communicate anything you want if you do it in the right tone and use the right words. Maybe just tell her that, like, you know, you're not fully in wordsmith it based on her personality, but you don't really want to travel her at this point yet because of, you know, certain things. And you can just be honest, I think.
I agree. You can get
and
this
how
off,
she takes it will show you more about her character, and that can prove your point. So either way, you win.
This could be
Facts.
just a kick in the butt she needed. Because I've had friends that, you know, they're annoying when you go out with them or whatever. And then, you know, you sit them down a little bit and then they're just better people for it after. So I've been there. It could happen with you.
Yeah, you have a few annoying friends.
Maybe she'll be like, listen.
You're talking to people looking at Clyde. I'm like,
I wasn't looking at her.
Talking about Mucho, he has a few friends that I'm like, are you okay?
yeah, you know what? Hey, shout out
Shout
to
out to everybody.
you know
I knew
what
it. I knew it. Anyways.
Wow, my
else do you have to say
friends
before we
produced
wrap?
this show. Let's go.
Yeah. Let's wrap this up.
Yeah.
Let's wrap this up. Anyways, y'all. Well, by the time you hear this, we'll be, at least I will be
Yeah.
halfway to Jamaica by the time you hear this, or in Jamaica. Either way. Or in Jamaica for the next week.
Hell yeah.
So you follow us on social platforms. We'll be posting.
Tresor will be back.
Tresor will be back. We're reuniting in Jamaica.
I said more than 2 sentences. Someone had to use a lot of brain power, but it's okay.
Y'all wanted to see us in the wild. We are taking the wild back to yard.
Yeah.
So we'll have some exciting content. I'm sure we'll have plenty of stories. Clyde is coming.
Yeah.
People always ask, where's
I'm
Clyde?
going outdoors to another country.
Yeah. His first adult trip.
Facts?
Yeah, with the gang.
Last time I traveled was 2017 with family. So
let's see if he makes it. Let's see if he's on the pod by the time this is over.
Y'all be
by your choice. I wonder if you'll be like, I cannot work with you guys ever again after this.
Nah, I know y'all.
Okay.
I know
y'all
who
be
you
safe
are.
and y'all have fun.
All right.
Hell
All right, y'all. We'll see y'all next week. With a tan.
Yeah.
Then I could literally use the dark skin emoji.
Okay, we're done.
Now we're done.
We're so done.